corner that says I'm live. No, it is not, because I'm not revealing the other map till the break. After you guys have received it. Reminds me, I need to get the link because I'm gonna put it in Discord for those in chat. I can definitely hear you. It's popping up on.
No, they can't. I swear to you. I have this thing on.
All I hear on the stream is volume, or just music.
Now you can hear Matt. He's over his Yeti, so he's a lot quieter on the actual stream.
What's your question?
I was gonna say munchin'.
Now they can, Matt, because you changed something.
Oh, I thought I was muted. My bad.
Hold on, let me join in on this one.
Oh my goodness.
It just made me hungry.
You guys are gonna get paid.
Pain.
I have croutons downstairs, Aiden.
You are forbidden.
These are pork rinds and they're delicious.
I think you have goldfish at your desk too,
Matt,
right?
if you really want to stream with 3 players eating loudly over their mics, go for it.
I really don't, but. Oh.
I kind of got lost in the sauce on that one. It was a good one.
Lost in the sauce.
Never had pork rinds before.
These are, you know,
That
I've had
happens
pork
to me
rinds
all the
before,
time.
but these ones are weird because they have like a fattiness to them. Like when you eat like good steak, they kind of leave that sort of like after texture of sort of like that lipidiness.
Yeah,
And,
it's umami. It's called.
I love that one. So much.
It's when the myoglobin in the steak gelatinizes, creates that mouthfeel.
Umami is mouthfeel. That's right. I remember that. Umami.
Science.
The term mouthfeel makes me so uncomfortable.
Hey baby, how your mouth feel?
Oh god.
Like the word
Oh, okay,
moist.
guys, tone it down a little bit. Oh man.
But no, these are quality pork rinds, and so I can only recommend quality ones.
Yeah, so good evening, guys. I hope you enjoyed our lovely conversation about how people's mouths feel and the word umami. Oh
mouthfeel?
man.
Sorry.
Well, we are. It's Tuesday, guys. Not Thursday
Maybe
this
Tuesday.
time. It's Tuesday.
That'll be fine.
How you guys doing tonight?
Fresh, well, PTSD from last night's session.
I don't know what you're talking about.
That was hard.
Full of Red
That
Bull.
was tough. That was tough. I'm glad to, until you throw that first like end of the world scenario at us. I'm just gonna.
What do you mean we just had it?
chill.
A giant dragon came out
Sure.
from a mountain and blew up our
Yeah,
ship. What do you
but
mean?
there's a purity to that, right? It's just a dragon, ultimately. I'm gonna enjoy
Let me
it.
know
I'm
how.
gonna soak
Let
it
me
up.
know how that works out for you when he's coming right at you again.
All right, deal.
Oh, it's just a dragon. It's fine.
I wouldn't call it a purity. I would call it a clarity induced by sheer terror.
Sure. Sure.
Good evening, guys, and welcome to Friday Night Dice. This is our third running campaign, a new campaign that I just started last week, actually. If you're joining us here tonight, welcome. If you're new to the channel, also welcome. My name's Matt, and I'm the Dungeon Master here at Friday Night Dice. I have 5 of my players here with me from various different campaigns that I have asked to join in this new campaign, in which, they fought a dragon. Well, not really fought, more like ran from a dragon at level 1, and we'll get to that here in our recap here in a second. But, oh man, it's gonna be a fun campaign, I think. This island's gonna have some fun for you guys.
Matt, I'm gonna need you to hurry this along. Zach is starting to get the crazy eyes.
He's ready to whack. That's what I heard from the end of last session.
20. I'd bet some dollars.
So let's go ahead and jump into tonight's recap then. Since you guys are so desperate to get to it.
Ready to get whacking.
So, last we gathered, we watched as 5 individuals, for varying different reasons, and their things of their own accord, joined a crew aboard the ship of the Siren's Whale, under the captain, or under the watch of Captain Breger, a large Goliath man that the party had come to know. The party was comprised of a lizard man of Kothar, a Aragonasi woman of Zamira, a human man of Akare, a tiefling man of Fane, and a human woman that has some fey tendencies to her of Kidai. As these 5's destinies began to intertwine, as they set off into the open seas towards the Isles of Uldenhiem, for a few days out at sea, battling the winds and the waves, they eventually came to the island in which they had been destined to explore, at the behest of an elven woman named Nagarathu. As they draw closer to the island, they saw what for a mere moment the beauty of this island, its almost unperverted, untouched by man, a beautiful scene of nature, the birds flying above, the fish and the sea life swimming along the sides of the ship, but only for a mere moment before everything fell silent. The birds scattered, the dolphins and the fish scattered. And as the party looked up, they saw the giant leviathan of a massive beast descending from the peaks of the mountains off in the distance. As it came barreling down towards them, they saw what appeared to be a massive black dragon, but unlike most dragons that they had been familiar with, this dragon's wingspan 1,400 feet wide, 600 feet long, and almost 500 feet tall. As it came barreling down, almost a low roar of a hurricane, as the beat of his wings almost knocked them with a shockwave off their feet. As his breath came erupting, this purple fluorescent beam erupted from his mouth, parting the seas beneath it. The captain yelled for everybody to abandon ship, and the party quickly all jumped overboard. They made their way to shore, starting to grasp with the danger of this island and what had just happened to them. They looked and saw one of their dwarven shipmates pierced by one of the shards of wood from the explosion of the ship. With some quick thinking and a little bit of healing magic from the party, they were able to save young Stradmule's life. But as they looked, they saw their captain gravely wounded, even after dragging Fane ashore. And the elven woman that had hired them, nowhere to be found. They gathered what little they could of the wreckage and made way towards the northeast, and found a small cave, a small recess in the side of the mountain, where the jungle, the shores, and the mountain range all kind of coalesced in one area. They decided to set camp here. Akare, you led, after setting up camp, a small scouting party up the side of the mountain, where you got kind of a lay of the land, looking from a vantage point over the jungles and the rolling plains off in the distance. You saw just on the edge of a jungle a a city or a camp, a something. Massive wooden walls surrounding some sort of encampment. It's hard to tell from the distance from where you are now, but it does seem like there are signs of life on this primitive island. You descended and shared one information after you guys had a short meal of some fish and varying other things. You had a bit of a truth-telling moment. Some sharings of stories and reasons and why you guys had came to this island or why you were on the ship in the first place. Before long, you guys came to the conclusion that you needed to secure your base of operations, secure a place for you all to call home until you found your way off this island. So you decided that whatever was in the dark, deep recesses of this cave, you needed to explore it and rid it of anything that might be lurking in the shadows. So as you guys entered into the massive cavern, crawled down the spiral, almost carved walkway that encircled the outside of this cavern and reached, well, Fane reached the bottom as he was scouting ahead of all of you, as the rest of you do not have dark vision, was struck in the back by a slithering tendril. And that is where we start tonight's session.
How far are the rest of us from?
You're roughly
Fane?
100 feet behind, and
Cool.
hopefully Fane should be coming up here in a second.
And just a quick question about the light situation. Did we have light up?
I believe
I have-
Kothar has a torch lit.
Okay,
And
I
I
did
handed
think you had it.
one to whoever else wanted it. I don't think you guys specified who had it, though.
I want to say that I took it, but I'm not certain. Oop, I went into Calric there. I don't. We'll just say that I did, because I think I did. I thought I had a torch, and I thought you had a torch. I just wanted to reconfirm.
Okay.
Easy enough.
So do we hear this going down?
Go ahead and make a perception check for me. As I assume you'd be actively listening to
yeah,
for anything.
For our boy, perception, me 8.
You don't hear anything. Fane, you've just been struck in the back by this slithering tendril. As
I
it
will
wraps,
right past.
as it wraps itself around your body and starts to pull you in, you turn and see this massive gaping maw of what appears to be a rock formation pulling you into its mouth.
I immediately riposte.
Oh.
Remind me what that does.
I just get to make an attack as a reaction.
Go for it.
Oh, sorry, it's when it misses me with a melee attack. So it...
It did not miss, unfortunately.
Okay, it didn't miss. Okay, cool. Then I am being sucked into its mouth, waiting for my turn.
Go ahead. Are you calling out for help, or are you just...
How far ahead of the party am I?
You were roughly 100 feet ahead of the party.
And what am I looking at in terms of this cave here? I'm sorry for stepping away. Someone was at my door.
Oh, you're okay. So you descended this long, almost spiraling shelf that kind of reached down into the dark recesses of this cave. So you came into the bottom of it as it kind of spiraled inward. And you can see there is a flat, small open cavern with what appears to be a room off in the distance. But there is no light. It is dark.
Okay, how high is the ceiling?
The ceiling, can't tell from here, hundreds of feet.
Hundreds of feet, okay. And I am currently being
You are
grappled.
currently grappled by the beast.
Okay, I will just sort of let out a aha kind of thing, like with a little bit of bloodlust, but not specifically not asking for help, but probably making enough noise.
Okay, everyone else besides Akari, since you already roll those perception checks for me. Let's see if you hear him calling out.
Kind of like an excited, like, aha!
A 9.
26 or 25.
Jesus Christ.
Your lord.
Well, Kidai
So I got
definitely hears it.
15, if you don't know.
Can I use my passive perception instead of my rolled perception?
Unfortunately, no. So Kothar and Kidai, you both hear him kind of yell out from off in the distance. It's a low echo kind of coming from down in the caverns as you guys are still about 100 feet back way up this spiraling shelf.
I think our friend might be in trouble. We should probably hurry up. and I'll start running down.
Easy enough. So each of you will get your full movement, but I need everybody to roll initiative.
Okay. Wrong.
A quick question, DM, while we're all rolling our initiative and getting our numbers. This spiral down as we're getting our full movement. I'm imagining something like a spiral staircase, but like made of basically flat stone.
Yes.
Does that mean it has a gap in the middle?
Yeah, there is a gap in the center. That is
Okay.
that is the center where the bottom where Fane is. God, fucking new names.
Then as we're running, I will kind of, with my bow, kind of tap Zamira on the hip, and I will begin to, as I reach the precipice of the spiral, begin to hop from one end where it meets back to the other. I don't know how big this staircase is. It's like
So
100
the
feet
opposite.
down?
So if you see how wide the cavern is, so you guys are here's the bottom where you came out. Well, you guys are on the opposite side essentially over here
Oh, shit.
because you're way
Across
up in the air
spiral.
as it would spiral down into this point.
Oh. Okay. Well, then I won't be doing that. Okay. I was trying to take an acrobatic shortcut, but that ain't happening.
Yeah, I know you were, but it might be taking quite a bit of fall damage doing that.
Gotcha.
Thank you for explaining that, because my plan was to just leap down.
Gotcha.
Literally on top of it.
I'm gonna be honest with you. Out of foam core, I attempted to build the spiral staircase for you guys, and it looked awful, and I threw it away.
Nice.
But anyways, 20 to 25.
21.
Yeah, you rolled really low. We have Zamira going first. All right, 15 to 20.
16 for Fane.
All right, 10 to 15. 5 to 10.
6.
Natural 1 for 5.
Spicy.
Listen, it's been a little while since he's been in battle. Just
Kothar, Akare, what do you got? Kidai.
3.
Oh,
Nice.
he goes just before you.
As
With a-
long as
with a
his sword
4.
doesn't bend in battle.
Oh man. All right. Top of the round, Zamira. You hear, or you've just been notified by your 2 compatriots of what is going on, and you have gotten your 30 feet of movement off of the sound of them hearing it. So you have
I've got 40 feet.
40 feet then. Okay, so you have 60 feet of movement left until you reach the battlefield.
Okay, we are going to use all 40 feet
Okay,
and get
so
as
you have
close as
20.
I can. And then I am going to use my dragon breath. And where would I be in regards to him? Would I need it to be in the cone or the straight line to hit him?
Probably the straight line. You're probably, as it curls around, roughly over here, kind of off the map.
Okay. Well then I will use the 30-foot straight line, and I want to inflict. Let's go with acid damage. You have to make a dex save.
I am so sorry. That is a natural 20 on his death save. Or not death save, his dex save.
That was
Okay,
quick.
so he'll take half damage,
Killed him already, damn.
which is 5. So round down to 2.
Correct, we round down to 2. Got it. Alright, so you come, sprinting, and the rest of you can see her sprinting ahead with lightning speed, and as she does, are you doing this out of your fist or out of your hand, or out of your mouth? We never decided.
My mouth.
Okay. You see her almost stop for a second, take a short inhale off in the distance, and as she does, the room almost is lit for a short second as this acid-like smog billows from her mouth in a line in front of her. Alright, that
Jeez.
brings us to your turn, Fane. You are currently grappled by the... Well, you guys all know what this is. It's a roper.
Okay. And am I within what range am I of him?
It took its action to completely pull you in, so you were just on the outskirts of being in melee attack of it.
Okay, so I will, and it's attached to me by one of its tentacles, correct?
Correct, it is attached to you with its tendril.
All right, so I will draw my short sword and sort of spin it and slash at the tentacle that's holding me.
Go ahead and make
And try
a.
and extricate myself.
Yep. Go ahead and make an attack roll.
All right. I don't have my short sword equipped.
Is he restrained or grappled?
Grappled. Actually. Let's see what it says. Yeah, grappled.
Okay, I'm going to. Sorry, it's a 14 to hit.
A 14 unfortunately does not hit.
Okay, then I will action surge.
Okay, got it.
And I will attack the tentacle again.
Got
with
it.
the short sword. That is an 8 to hit.
Unfortunate, I'm sorry.
Okay, that's it. That's all I got.
Alright. That brings us to your turn, Kothar.
I'm how far from it?
You got 30 feet, so you have 70 feet of movement till you reach the basically the base of that lip there.
Dope. I'd like to rage,
Yes.
and then I will move and action dash to get within 10.
10 feet, gotcha.
And I will draw my great axe in preparation.
In sheer lust.
Got it. Alright, that brings us to your turn, Akare.
So again, the way you describe this, there's like a ramp that kind of spirals in.
Yeah.
Is the entry point where my friends are running towards the only way that I can get line of sight on this creature, or is it like starting to open into the chamber, but the ramp
So
still
as-
descends inward?
Assuming Kothar has the torch still lit, like in one hand and his great axe in the other, you could basically, as you're coming down the ramp, it's all the lower recesses is completely open. So as he kind of comes
Right.
into dim light of that, you could see from the upward reaches of that
Okay.
slope.
What I would like to do, and you tell me what this costs, is I would like to throw the torch further to illuminate as much of the room as I can.
I'd say it's your bonus action. You can kind of throw it as you're running, basically.
Okay. And then
And
seeing...
Depending on where you throw it, are you trying to get it towards the center of the room?
Well, let's say the pillar on the other side of that roper. If I can see that with dim light, I'm trying to throw my torch that far. Somewhere
Okay.
somewhere along that horizontal line there.
Sure.
Makes sense.
Yeah, make a dexterity check for me. See how far you can throw that.
I think I have a plus 4.
It's like an
these.
improvised
it's a-
thrown weapon.
I wish I hadn't done it, but it's a natural 20 plus 4, so 24.
Easy enough. You throw it, and it hits against that pillar and kind of goes to the ground, and you can see this massive being with its maw gaping open as it's pulling Fane into it.
Okay, I'm gonna take a shot at the tendril that is holding him with my longbow.
Okay.
16 plus 8, 24.
Jesus Christ, yeah, that hits.
1d8 plus 4 damage. And it is not below its hit point maximum at the moment, is it?
It is not.
12 points of damage.
Got it. Oh wait, no, it is below its
Or,
max,
sorry.
because it took 2
It
points
is?
of damage from it took 2 points of damage from the breath, so it is below its
And
max.
sorry, it's not a 12, it's 10.
Okay.
Because I can't do math. And let me, sorry. New subclass, who dis? If it's below its damage, then it will take an extra 1d8 per turn.
Yeah.
Which I rolled a 7 on. So what did I say? 10 plus 7?
So
17?
Very nice.
And then now seeing the entirety of this chamber, I would like to run at the closest point I can where this ramp starts to drop off.
Uh-huh.
Try to catch the ledge with my hand and then drop to the floor. So I'm
Uh,
imagining I'll be in that corner there if I can.
Sure. So you want to essentially fall here.
Yeah, I want to like slide, catch the ledge, hold myself for a moment, and then drop and kind
Okay.
of do a
Make
roll.
an acrobatics check for me to do it without losing your balance as you fall.
Sure. 14, 20, dirty
Yeah.
20.
So easy
Plus
enough. You
6.
kind of with your hand against the wall, so you slide down, almost finding one of the few slick points in the wall, and slide down to the base of this cavern here. All right, that brings us to the Roper's turn, who is going to. It's gonna make a bite attack against you, Thane.
Bring it, bitch.
Oh, hold on. Do I have to? Oh no, I don't have to do them in order. Yeah, it doesn't matter. I don't think a 12 hits you.
It does not, and now I will riposte
Got it.
with the short sword.
Yes.
Okay. Yep. Just making sure I had the thingy right. All right. That's going to be a beautiful 12.
Oh, man, unfortunate. I'm sorry.
No worries.
It is then going to take its other tendrils, and it is going to... It's going to reach one for you, Akare, which is a 14 to hit.
That does not hit.
And the next one's coming at you, Kothar, for a 19 to hit.
That will hit.
All right, you are restrained, or grappled, sorry. And he is going to go ahead and, God, I can't find my grappled ring, reel you in, which would bring you right, well, essentially right to there, if I can get you to...
Saving me 10 feet of movement.
God.
And that will bring the end of his turn. Kidai, you're up.
Is there no damage associated with that?
There is no damage associated with the tendril.
Okay.
Sorry, she's being loud.
you're okay.
Okay, so I think, where am I, DM, as far as like how far am I back?
So you have 7. What, your movement is 30, right? You okay over there?
Yes, she's fine. Okay. Yeah, 30.
Yeah. So you have 70 feet of movement to reach the battlefield.
Okay. I'm
Swap
going
between
to
these.
70. I'll move forward like 30-ish feet.
Got it. And you could peer over the side and see
Okay.
roughly that last like 50 feet down, basically, and see
Okay,
what's
then I'll
going
get
on.
10 more feet. I'm gonna do fairy fire on him.
Got it. Me get this just for my own knowledge. You guys won't be able to see it because it's kind of off the map, but just so I know where Kidai is. All right, fairy fire. What is my save?
Dex 14.
That kind of sucks. That's a 14 on the die, but a -1 for
Ooh. Okay.
13.
Cool. So, yeah, I am concentrating. He is outlined in light.
And
Let's
everybody-
go purple. I like a purple light.
Purple light, got it.
And everybody
Attacks
has
against it have
advantage.
Yes. Got it. Top of the round, Zamira. Oh, sorry. Did you have anything with your bonus action? I apologize.
I don't think so. I think I'm good for now.
Okay.
Oh.
Uh-oh.
Rip.
All right, we'll circle back, Fane.
I will... He protect, he attack. I will, I'm gonna try and... You know what? We're just gonna keep going. A swing in with the short sword.
Go for it. You have advantage.
Alright.
Wait, what happened?
You dropped,
just
so
corrected.
we'll circle back after his turn.
You went goodbye.
Okay.
That's gonna be a 24 to hit.
That definitely hits.
Okay. I will make that a tripping attack.
What's my...
So he needs to make a strength saving throw.
A 17.
He succeeds, but I still add the damage. Which is, I don't fucking know what my damage is. What's that short sword
28.
gonna do? I know, I'm teasing. That's going to be 13 total damage with that strike.
13 total damage, got it.
Mm-hmm. And that's it.
All right. All right, Zamira, your turn.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh, did it happen again?
I have one
Emma?
fear.
Okay, I am going to use. I'm still 20 feet away.
Yes.
Hello? Can you hear me?
Yes.
Oh god.
Yes.
Can you hear me?
It's again.
Okay. I it like waits till he gets to my turn to cut out. I am going to use 20 feet of my movement to run up to him.
Okay. Well, you're 20 feet of movement to get to the battlefield, another 10 feet of movement to get to him. So 30.
Okay, well I'll take what I need to get there.
Okay. 30 feet of movement to get up into... knocked it over.
Matt, we don't want to see faces.
What you do?
We want to see the battle map.
We're ugly.
There you go.
Okay, and then I am going to use my quarterstaff for my first attack, and just swing just right at him.
All
like
right,
a
go ahead.
baseball bat.
Make your attack roll. And you have advantage from the fairy fire.
Okay. Well, the first one was a 20, so do I need to roll it again?
I mean, if you want to go for the natural 20.
That's true. Ooh, I do not. That was a natural 1.
All right, so
Okay,
20 hits.
Yeah, let's roll this damage. That is 12 damage from that attack. I am going to... we are going to spend... Spend my key point for a Fury of Blows to additional attacks.
Got it.
The first one... And I have advantage on those as well?
Yep. All attacks have advantage as long as she's concentrating.
Okay, the first one's a 25 to hit.
Yeah, that hits.
The second one is... Second one's a 21 to hit.
Jeez.
Yeah, that hits.
Do you want separate or total?
Just give me the total.
15.
15 points of damage. Got it.
Nice.
All right. So you kind of, with speed, your immense speed, start darting through the battlefield, jump between your friends, bring the quarterstaff across its head, and as you do, you kind of toss it in the air for a short second, take a few punches into its side before grabbing your quarterstaff as it falls back down to you. That brings us to your turn, Kothar.
I am going to... Oh yeah, it pulled me right up against it, didn't it?
Yes, he did.
Alright, I will drop the torch at my feet and raise my battle axe or my great axe over my head, and I'm going to swing right for its goddamn eye. Oh no!
Oh no.
15.
15 unfortunately doesn't hit.
Alright, that's fair. Bonus action, I will Hungry Jaws as I bite at it.
There you go.
Nice.
19.
19 just hits.
Just hits? Jesus, fuck. It'll take 7 points of damage, and I'll get 4 temp HP.
7 points of damage. It's a piece of rock.
You got your whack.
Nah, I didn't.
True.
That's my turn.
All right, Akari, that brings us to your turn.
Oh yeah. There's a piece of stalagmite off to my right. I am going to dive behind that as I've just been trying to get tentacled. Right after I bat it away with the bow, and then I will kind of steady myself on one of those stalagmites, and I will fire. Nobody's. Oh wait, our little Kothar friend is grappled.
Kothar and Fane are both grappled.
Oh well, I don't have 2 attacks, so I will shoot. You know what? Kothar seems happy there. I will try to get Fane free.
Hey, Fane is happy there too.
I will try to get one of my friends free. Fane. 9 plus 8, 17 to hit.
17 does not hit, unfortunately.
Well, I cry and reload my bow.
If you had, I would have just stayed there anyway, so.
It's okay, it's my turn, I'm just trying to help. Jeez.
That brings us to the Roper's turn. You have, I'll say I gave you...
Oh, sorry.
You...
Did I have advantage on that?
Yes, you do.
Okay, just in case, you know, just in case he's...
Fuck
yeah,
him
it's
up.
16 plus 8.
Yeah, that hits.
He's lost HP, so it's 2d8 on this bow shot.
Kothar, I didn't
That's
ask. Did
4.
you roll with advantage as well? Okay.
9 and a 7.
7 points of piercing damage to the tentacle and or him, which however that works.
Got it.
That's my turn.
All right. That brings us to the Roper's turn again. He's gonna take an attack at you, Akari, but you have half cover behind these stalactites.
Nice.
Ooh, I think that still hits though. 22.
I don't know what half cover provides. I
Half
think it
cover provides a +2 to your AC.
Yeah, it still hits.
So you are. Is it? Sure, that one works. You are grappled, and he will reel you in 25 feet.
And we've already established you don't take damage from that?
You do not take damage from it.
Oh, okay.
Not according to the Wizards of the Coast stat block. Which is kind of goofy. But he does get 4 of them. But the next one's going to come for you, Zamira, just so he has you in his grips. It's going to go wide with a natural 1.
Bring it, bitch.
He's staying on his original target. He's
Is
taking a
that
bite attack
technically
at
a
you,
ranged
Fane.
attack?
Huh?
Is that technically a ranged attack?
No, it is not.
Oh, I was gonna catch his tentacle.
I like the way you think.
Fane, 21.
To hit?
Yes.
That for sure hits.
And I think this is why the tendrils don't do damage. Because of how hard this hits.
I'm very familiar with Roper stat block, so yes.
I'm not.
That's it's horrendous.
And I rolled dookie damage.
I know this is meta.
16 points of
Yeah.
piercing damage.
That's dookie damage?
Yeah.
I think, correct me
No,
if I'm
sir.
wrong, but it's like 68 damage or something like that.
No, 4d8 plus 4.
Oh, 48. Okay.
But it only gets
Sorry,
one.
that's-
It only gets one of them a turn.
Yeah.
All right.
Wow.
That brings to your turn, Kidai.
Send me out, Matt. Okay, I have a question. I have a question.
Thadmeal was a snack.
Yeah.
So, theoretically, could I cast Thunder Wave to push it away without doing damage to my friend?
What is the cone for Thunderwave?
It is a 15-foot cube.
They're not. I mean, depending where you angled it, you could definitely push them away, but it won't remove the grapple from them. Because his tendrils reach like 45 feet. So.
Well, he's a little bit.
You tell him, Kidai.
I will. All right. I will try Ice Knife on one of the tentacles that
Absolute child.
is
I'm gonna make it so you can't show us.
Jesus. I hate you.
that is holding my friend. Whichever one's closest.
Okay. Are you moving 30 feet closer, I assume?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, Ice Knife is 60.
Well, yeah, I mean, you can stay up there from that vantage point if you'd like to stay far away. You're out of the range of his tendrils, so.
Yeah, I want to stay out of range of the tendrils for right.
Okay. So, yeah.
Okay.
So go ahead and roll to hit for Ice Knife.
Still at advantage, right?
Yep, correct.
Okay. 21.
That hits.
Okay. Now bear with me. This takes a second. That is a 9 for the first damage, and then it explodes. And I need to do 2d6.
I have to make a dex save, I believe, for the explosion.
Oh, do you? Okay, sorry.
Oh, it's a good thing it's really dexterous, with that 12.
Boom. Oh, okay. And that's 8 points of cold damage. So
8 points of cold
17
damage
altogether.
and 17 altogether. Got it, thank you. This Roper is looking pretty hurt, guys.
I'm going to stay right there.
Got it. All right, Zamira, that brings us to your turn. You are grappled as a reminder.
Am I?
Yes. Oh, wait.
No,
I
she
forgot.
isn't.
No, I missed you. I forgot.
Yeah, I was super confused for a second. I was like, maybe my audio cut out and I missed that. Okay, now I'm angry at this thing because it tried to swing at me. So I'm gonna take my Fury of Blow, my quarterstaff, and I want to take it and just poke it straight in the middle of its chest.
Okay. Where its massive mouth is.
Yep. Eat it, bitch. I still have advantage, correct?
Yep, you still have advantage.
Okay, so that one's a 21 to hit.
21 to hits. Yeah, if it had more than 10 feet of movement, it might try and move closer to Kidai.
Okay, that one is 8 damage, and we are going to spend 1 more key point and hit it twice and
Got it.
see if we can kill it.
Do
Go for it.
First one is 23 to hit.
Yeah, that hits.
OP ass fairy fire.
Second one is... Ooh, the second one is a 26 to hit.
Yeah, roll your damage.
Oh, I will.
I forgot to roll that one strike at advantage.
That is 15 points of damage.
15 points of damage. Got it.
Oh.
He's still holding on.
Damn
Shit.
it.
All right,
Still a lot of damage.
Fane, brings us to your turn.
All right, so I'm going to. So I'm like as close to this thing as possible, right?
Yeah, you and Kothar are being like basically swung around in its tendrils here in front of it. Kothar a little bit is not as easy to throw around as you are, being the massive hulking man he is, but still, you guys are kind of being tossed around.
I'm gonna just try and look sort of graceful about it. And as I sort of am getting swung around, I'm gonna twirl my short sword and kind of come in and try and jam it right into the eye.
Go for it. Make your attack roll with advantage.
All right, that's a natural 20, so I'm gonna go with that.
Very nice.
And just for shits and giggles, let's make it a tripping attack, so we can add some extra damage to it.
Okay.
That's a wrap.
So that's gonna be. Shitty. It's gonna be 16 points of damage.
How would you like to do this?
So,
Ah.
sort of like getting flung around, I just sort of like flap the wings to briefly slow my momentum and sort of take control of it and position. And as it's sort of pulling me into the mouth, I just sort of like land with my feet sort of sideways up against it and just plunge the short sword through its eye. And then sort of step off and like rip across so that like guts and eye juice spill out across the cavern floor.
Gross, man.
Very nice.
Tasty.
Fuck that guy.
Hey man, you're just intruding on his home.
Why would
Like,
you say that now? I feel bad.
Yeah. We're colonists or colonialists.
With the white men.
God.
We are the Fire Nation.
Why? So you guys are here at the base of this cavern, looking around now that it is a little more illuminated from the torch in the center of the room as the dancing hues of orange and red kind of dance across the walls. And these small bioluminescent blue mushrooms kind of blanketing the walls, giving small pockets of dim light throughout the cavern here. You can see there is a small circular opening that almost looks like it was carved into the wall, or at least enlarged into the wall, leading into the following room.
Well, that was unfortunate.
How is Fane looking?
Fane might want to sit down for a little bit, but
I
Need a little bit of healing there.
I was just about to say I'd like to walk over, put my hands on his wounds, and try to help him a little bit, cure
I
wounds.
think okay.
Unless
I mean, if you don't want to use your magic, I think I can take care of it normally.
if you'd like to bandage him up, sure.
Sure.
Go for it.
Yeah,
I will
so
walk over and I will begin to tenderly bandage his wounds, and I will use my healer's kit.
nice. There's probably like specifically a wound on the bicep, so you have to like wrap the bicep.
Eye contact, very important part of medical
Mhm.
practice.
Hey, Kothar, eyes up here, please.
Oh, you get 8 HP back.
Nice.
Keith, I have also got the capability to heal if you want to save here. What was that you did? And you breathed acid?
Well, I can do a great many things.
She did say she was a keeper of secrets.
A
Oh,
very impressive secret.
I wish I had secrets like that, let me tell you.
I can shoot many things: acid, fire, ice.
Always from the front, or sometimes from elsewhere?
Just from the front.
Do you get to choose? What?
I can.
Wow.
But seriously, that is an impressive characteristic to have.
You would think, but it's hell on the breath.
I can
at
imagine.
least you
imagine.
get to make a choice. Is Fane still looking hurt?
Fane's looking okay.
Okay.
Zamira will
Just-
pull some like mint leaves from her pouch and just.
Oh lord.
So the rest of this chamber, except for the bioluminescent mushroom, is pretty unremarkable. But you said there's a
Yeah, pocketing
Seems to be a
stalactites
doorway ahead.
throughout the room, but yeah, there looks to be a doorway leading into the next room. It's not
Can I
much.
check
to
out the dead creature before we go, please?
Sure.
I'd like to join her on that. I want to look at the tentacles specifically.
Go for it.
I-
Investigation checks. I mean, what are you looking for?
I'm specifically looking for, like, if there's any qualities. I mean, Fane's a whip guy, and he just got whipped around. So do they look like something that might be useful if he tried to craft something?
Could definitely try.
Okay. Natural 20. Was I rolling investigation? It's a natural 20, so.
Yeah, I mean, it definitely, you get the sense that with the right tools and time, you could probably turn it into a whip.
Okay, I will cut off as many tentacles and just sort of roll them up into like coils. And,
Sure.
like
So
2 or
there
3.
are 4 of them.
That's good. I'll take all of them because they might be useful as other
They
things. So I'll
are
take-
ridiculously heavy.
Oh, ridiculously heavy. Then I will take 1 coil.
Okay.
And you said they're 40 feet long?
They are 50 feet long.
50 feet long.
Yeah.
So I will take. Actually, do you, for somebody who knows more about boats and things and perhaps the natural world, and I'll hold up one of the tendrils that's all coiled up, should we take these for some sort of tool, or does this seem like something that's worth carrying around?
I
Like,
mean, it might
may-
be until it decomposes, and then will it decompose?
I know that you can treat, I mean, like leather is just treated skin, but you have to treat it, I suppose.
I could certainly try to dry it.
It's just a lot to carry around, I suppose.
We're
if
also going
not
to
for-
need a lot of salt.
I'll take 1 and I'll carry it.
Okay.
damn. While all that's going on, I wanted to, without the torch, make my way over to the side of the doorway, not trying to draw attention, and just kneel by it and give it a good listen.
Okay, make a stealth check for me. Kedai, what was that roll?
Mine was a 19. I'm just
Okay.
looking for anything interesting. I've never seen anything like this. Looking for anything out of place.
I mean, there doesn't seem like there's anything out of place. This creature, depending on what you would want to really be looking for, I mean, it's got a very tough, almost earth-like rock skin. Those jagged, the rows and upon rows of razor-sharp, jagged teeth.
Does
Depending
it
on-
look like it would make good armor?
Looks like it would make very heavy armor.
Heavy.
Maybe the teeth for tools.
Teeth for tools would be. We could make something of them.
Sure.
Sure.
Better to use it than leave it here to rot.
Sure.
Ikari, I'm not really. Maybe your guidance would be useful on this. I want to be helpful with these things, but I don't know what
Are you specifically calling to him across the room? Because he went over to like about 50 feet away
Yeah.
from you guys to the door.
Yeah, as he kind of starts, I'll just throw up a finger real quick. I did roll. I have +8 because of Deft Explorer, so dirty 20 on the stealth.
Okay.
I'm just trying to give it a listen, see if I can hear anything going on.
You can hear the dripping of water from stalagmites. You can hear
Tights.
tights, whatever. God damn it. I always get them mixed up. I'll get it one of these days.
I remember they're tights because they have to be really tight to hang from the ceiling and
There you
not
go.
fall. That's how I remember.
So the stalactites from the ceiling, you can hear the water dripping from them and kind of falling against the ground. You could hear a slight echo, kind of signaling that the chamber is a little bit larger than this one.
Okay. Still keeping my finger up, I'll then lower it as I kind of unsling my bow and just head back to the group.
Okay.
I'm sorry, Vane. Your question was.
Do you? I don't really know much about sort of nature and things like that, but could we make some sort of use of these teeth?
Well, it depends on what we're trying to do. If you want to set up hunting traps, or if we're going to be interfacing with these people and possibly getting assistance from them. But if we're going to be living from the wilderness, yeah, you can use them to set up a reaction to a simple snare. This hide, as I kind of kick the roper corpse, seems fairly worthless. You can't treat it; it's not pliable. And the coil that you've already got, probably more than enough for anything we could possibly need. Could double as rope.
Okay, so some teeth then.
I gave the cavern I had a listen. It sounds spacious.
That brings up the question, which is, how far down do we go?
I'll think until we feel confident that we're going to be safe, at least for a little while.
And what if our question is not answered quickly?
You mean like over a day?
If we plan to go that far down, I suppose, but what if we make it down and there is something that we surely cannot defeat? Do we continue until we find that answer? Do we say we go down for 6 hours or 2 days or
I
whatever the
believe
case
the
may be?
intent was not to go down, but just to scout for what we can and then double back and get a rest, not expend ourselves down here.
If the intent was not to finish, why did we bother starting?
Well, at your behest, I think we are surviving, correct? This was just a function of survival, I suppose.
I
How
mean,
can we be certain that we're protecting our survival if we don't see it through to the very end? If we go down 49 levels of 50, but the monster that would slit our throats is sitting at level 50, what good have we done?
well, the intention was to give our friends time to coalesce, and then we were to be on the move. But there wasn't anything extra to do during that time frame, so that's why we're here. And Stradmule, or Thadmule, whichever one isn't injured, or shit, both of them, I think, have the entrance with the ballista. I'm sure this creature here would have gotten hungry. So
At
I
some
would
point.
I would say we've already accomplished some of our goal.
We could always try to find a way to close the cave off closer to us.
Mhm.
Make a door of sorts.
Well, they do have that dynamite.
If you
A
say that
quieter.
if you say that this is a spacious place, I'm just worried that we're going to get ourselves lost in a cave. I personally can fly, but if there's a cave in or some sort of trap, I don't want to die in a cave.
Yeah, it's not crazy high up on my list of things to do today, but I think to the point, if we're trying to do this to secure some time and safety for our friends, much like Zamira said, there's no point in not at least attempting to clear everything out.
I suppose.
I think if we don't, the worst we've probably done is just make a nice clean path right from it to us.
Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
Are we stage whispering?
I froze. I was worried.
Oh.
I say we press on, unless something dictates that we turn around.
I agree, but I never do this, but I recommend prudence, that we don't lose sight of what's important.
Exactly, and I think as we discussed, at least until it's later in the day and we're all tired and we're confident that, well, I think we already dealt with one potential threat during the night.
Indeed. Well, shall we?
This character doesn't have keen mind, so I don't know when it's going to be nighttime.
Are there
God.
any carvings, inscriptions, anything on the walls?
No, it's just a normal cavern with the bioluminescent mushrooms kind of blanketing and pocketing the various parts of the wall. Although the entryway going into the next room looks like it would have been a normal cavern entryway, but you can tell there are pieces of it that were kind of chiseled out to make it a little bit larger.
I was just about to ask, has anybody checked out the mushrooms?
I don't think so.
May I check out the mushrooms?
I get us high.
Go ahead, roll a nature check for me.
Nature. I would also like to see if I think that they would be edible, if possible.
Sure.
Dirty 20.
They definitely look edible. They just look like bioluminescent mushrooms, though. They kind of
Okay.
just mushrooms that have a slight blue glow to them.
I'll whoever's nearest me, we can pretend. Think these might be tasty. Should we take them?
I'm not one for wasting things.
You don't think it's some sort of trap, do you?
I don't find ropers to be that clever generally.
I will try to pick as many of the mushrooms as I can carry.
Sure. Go ahead and add 5 pounds of blue glowing mushrooms to your inventory.
Now it's a
Damn.
party.
And did we get how many teeth did we recover?
If you would have taken the time to with Akari to kind of get some of them out of there, they're fairly large, probably about 10 pounds of
Oh,
over
10
teeth,
pounds worth of teeth.
which I mean it's a decent amount of teeth, but they're heavy.
Sure.
They've got some heft to them.
Is that a handful of roper teeth? It's for my roper costume for Halloween.
make this island interesting. Come, I forget the name of the month that would be in my binder.
Yeah. You guys continuing on? Okay. Who is leading into the next room?
Thane. A little closer this time.
Sure. So the doorway is roughly wide enough for two of you to walk next to each other. About a little over 8 feet wide and about 10 foot tall. This massive archway kind of carved into the side of the wall here.
I'll be in
There's.
Okay.
You say it's carved?
Yeah, I did mention that it looks like it's been widened.
Does it strike anybody as odd that these are not natural caverns?
I should
Strikes
mention.
me.
Sorry, the cavern looks natural, like it's supposed to be there. It just looks like the entryway was widened.
But by tools, correct?
Correct.
Okay.
Sorry.
Sorry, does it make anybody uncomfortable that these are worked tunnels?
It strikes me that somebody once traveled through here, or used it as a passageway, but by the presence of that creature, no longer. So it strikes me that whatever we're delving into could be a little old, and possibly has answers we're not found elsewhere.
Hmm.
No matter who we talk to.
answers is better than no answers
I get the
in my
feeling that
business usually.
I'm not going to like the answer, but what can be done?
So,
Press on.
you guys, with Kothar and Fane leading you both into the next room, it kind of opens a little bit, and I assume you pick your torches back up. Yeah.
Yeah.
You make your way into the next room, and as you do, you walk down what appears to be stone stairways that were carved, almost so that they wouldn't be slick, into this small walkway downward. You descend about only 5 or 6 feet. It's not very, very far, but as you do, the cavernway opens up, and you can see the pocketing different shelves off in the distance as the same blue mushrooms kind of provide a little bit of light here in this cavern. And you see before you some sort of a makeshift campsite. Varying pieces of debris of what appears to be an old ship, all set throughout this campsite. You see a massive remains of a sail that looks as if it was kind of a overhang to kind of keep a certain area dry, where you can see there are bedrolls and makeshift beds laid out. You can see there are fire pits kind of pocketing the different areas, and makeshift huts of things pulled from the jungles. But you don't see any people. The campsite looks as if it's been ransacked. And then off in the distance, almost propped up, where you can see there is a massive, almost splintered, shattered captain's table. A massive, almost meeting table. It looks as if it was brought down here for some reason. In its prime day, it would have been beautifully worked and a very fine piece of work, of craftsmanship. But propped up behind it, you see a massive splintering piece of wood with black lettering written across it. You can barely make out the words "Wisp" across it.
Now I really don't like it.
You said wisp?
Yeah, the way it's kind of shattered and splintered, the W and the P are missing sections of its of it. It looks as if it was the basically the back of a ship where the ship's name would have been found.
I'll walk up to it with my torch. Can I inspect it? Does it look familiar?
Indeed, it does.
Fucker. I'll scour the whole camp.
Searching through the camp, you have noticed that this camp is, at least in days of old, long since been ransacked. You find varying pieces of clothing that are all too familiar to you, of Zartalos naval uniforms, kind of thrown and strewn about. And that's when you come across it, a skeletal man laying with 3 arrows in his chest. A body laying here with appears to be a destroyed hut laying here in ruin.
Can I check what kind of, like, what is the species of this corpse?
Sure. Just make an investigation check for me. A nature check. Either or, actually. It could go either way.
They're the exact same modifier. Natural 20.
Oh,
Hey!
this is a human corpse, as you are looking over it. Easy enough to discern. It was a very extremely low DC. But looking over the tattered remains of the outfit here, you see that this is a higher ranking member of the Zartalos Navy. And you see the remains of 3 letters, R-E-N, that have been ripped off the side of the shoulder. And you remember that the first mate of one of the higher ranking members of the ship here in which you have found, name was Garen. A man that you had spent many a day on sea with.
guess I'll just take a moment,
Uh,
quietly
I,
sitting
d-
at the foot of his corpse.
I did say whenever he was expecting the camp that I would help him.
Right.
I kind of want to bend over as I look at the 3 arrows. I want to see the construction and make of them. Are these well-made arrows by like a Fletcher or something more my style?
More your style, more tribal.
Are they as of fine construction as my tribe's capabilities?
No, they're a little more primitive, very roughly made. Kind of imagine very, very old Indian style arrows, like
Yeah.
very roughly fletched heads.
Which
Very.
were still very well-made arrows.
They were
just-
still, yes, they were, but
they're just not like iron banded fletching and everything.
Yes.
Okay. I will just kind of run my fingers along some of the fletching and take note of it, and take note of the corpse in general. As someone you knew?
Many
You said you
lifetimes
were-
ago, yeah.
Said you were shipwrecked here at one point. You never made it past the cove.
No.
Seems like someone did.
Well, then there's hope that some of them made it out alive.
I'm assuming you have no idea what happened here.
I don't. That's unnerving. They weren't exactly a crew of pushovers, if you know what I mean. So,
What did this ship mean to you? Did you sail with them a lot?
it was my first ship. 7.5 years of my life.
Seven and a half years with him.
Sometimes. Yeah.
I'm sorry.
At least there's closure now. For whatever it's worth.
Do you want to take the time to bury them?
No. Possible on the way back out, I'll take him. I'll put him where he belongs. In the sea.
I kind of stand up and look at Fane and Zamira and say, well, I don't think we were expecting the answers to your question, Fane, but I think we may have gotten it as I motion towards the arrows. I still hold out hope that it's some form of violent tribe and that not all might be this way, but it does reinforce our desire for caution.
Well, we know we have an enemy, even if they don't know us yet.
Level
Kothar,
4. Yeah.
do you mind if I ask what your purpose was for coming here? What this man's purpose was for coming here?
We were hunting someone. There was.
Did you ever find them?
We did, and that's why we never made it past the reef.
Who was it?
I'm pulling my notes. He's got a long ass name.
does have a long ass name.
He was the captain of a ship up here. His name was Uthal Kotho Olavi.
And you did battle with him.
We tried to. Unfortunately, we came expecting, maybe some well-rounded pirates. We didn't expect whatever kind of magics he was wielding.
So he's
this
still
man,
alive.
like she asked.
Well, I mean, I don't know. We didn't kill him for sure.
Something to look forward to then. A little bit of vengeance.
It's the only thing that keeps me going these days.
I like that.
Would you mind if I looked through your friend's things?
I mean, they're not doing him much good at this point. Besides, this is my ship. I think there are things now.
Fane will. Fane wants to take a look around the cavern. I'll hop up, float up a little bit and do a little swoop around, see if there's any exits, how tall the cavern is, so on and so forth.
The cavern's roughly 150 feet tall in like a dome shape, and it looks like there are pocketing shelves where it seems they chiseled almost small stairs into the side of these shelves, leading up into the different levels of this cavern, leading almost 50 feet up the sides of the walls, almost small different areas where families could have a sense of privacy. Well, the men could have a sense of privacy.
And are there any exits from this chamber?
Doesn't appear as if there are any exits from this chamber.
And so, sorry.
Oh, go ahead. You first.
So we didn't see any other side passages on the way down, did we?
Did not.
I call out and I say, this might be somewhat fortuitous as a hiding place.
Evidently, it's known about.
Certainly, but well, these people seem to have. If you see the shelves, they seem to have spent some time here. We don't have to stay here forever, but perhaps temporarily it's better than being in the mouth of the cave.
It's not a far journey, so yeah.
Took you guys about 4 hours to get down here, so just for time reference. Well, yeah, roughly 3 to 4 hours. It was a long climb down that spiral.
No.
I want to have a look around for. Oh, sorry. Go ahead. You were waiting on him. It's fine.
Oh, you're fine. Just while everybody else is kind of looking around and exploring, I want to druid craft some daylilies, which are known to grow by the sea, and leave them on Kothar's friend's chest.
Well, shit. Now I'm gonna cry. Samira, go ahead. I got something as well.
I want to look around for texts, parchments, books, maps, anything with any kind of writing on it to indicate anything.
Let's, for anyone that wants to just kind of, because I assume everybody's going to want to look around for very varying different things. If you guys would all just like to make investigation checks for me and tell me what you're looking for, and I'll tell you what you find.
Oh, fine.
18.
Looking throughout the books, or looking throughout the campsite, you don't come across any books. You do come across some varying pieces of parchment, which appears like a set of names, essentially. It appears as if there were 5 men that made it to shore. Garen, Maxon, Barton, Asaya, and Hamel. 5 men that made their way off of this ship and survived the encounter and made their way to shore. But then there's a 6th name. One that, as you read it aloud, catches your ears, Kothar. A man by the name of Patrine Turamith. Say that right?
Close enough.
Okay.
He's shaking.
It's fine.
And then, looking throughout the other remains, you do come across what appears to be a map of the island.
It's real.
Guys, I think I've found some things that might be of use to us. And I'll read aloud the names to Kothar. It seems these men made it ashore. If you knew them, they might still be here. And I found this map.
For
Does the
those of
map
you
have
in
any
Discord,
markings on it?
For those of you in chat that are part of our Discord, the map is linked in the artwork tab of our Discord.
Here's a question. How the hell did this ship get down here?
Well, I'd imagine it probably didn't survive much after the battle. I mean, if there's 6 of them, they probably brought some piecemeal bits down.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Is
I
the
mean,
ship intact at all? Or is it just pieces like
It's
Kothar?
shards and bits and
Okay.
pieces. I mean,
Gotcha.
there's varying pieces where you can see that they brought back pieces of wood to use for making of makeshift huts. The only piece that's really set up that looks like it even resembles the piece of a ship, or the way that you know it's a piece of a ship is this is the back of the ship, what was left of the ship's name.
You
uh,
seem to react when I read this man's name aloud. Who is he to you?
That would be the captain of the ship. Good friend of mine. Large, brass, dragonborn, kind of set me on the right path, you know? Saw some things in me that others may have not. If he made it, I'd like to find him. I don't know what everyone else's plans here are, but that's my new #1 priority, essentially. We need to get to this village and get our friend safe, and then I need to find this man. He's still around.
I think we could do this, Kothar.
I would appreciate it.
I think this perfectly aligns with what we need and already want to do. So you have my backing. DM, as for my search through the camp, keeping in mind that humanoids are my favorite enemy,
Yes.
I would like to, if I can, try to establish, looking over what remains of this place. I know you said it was ransacked. A general living status of the 5 or 6 individuals that were interred here, and seeing as how there are some arrows scattered around in a more tribal nature, I want to take the time to see if anything was left behind that doesn't look like it originated from this camp, other than the arrows, and get a sense of kind of tactics might have been employed here.
Sure. So what was your role?
Well, it was investigation, but not deft explore. Favorite enemy lets me do like survival and intelligence checks, and I would have an advantage on it. It was a 9, but I'm asking if that applies.
Sure.
Okay. Am I doing survival? Or am I doing investigation?
Just make it survival.
Okay.
Since that's what you're looking for.
Okay. I will still take the original 8 that I rolled, so that one would be 12, and this one is a 14 plus 4, so
For
18.
Looking throughout the campsite here, for the most part, the camp it's not beyond repair. It does have some damage where you can see people threw over tables, threw over pieces over there where things they could hide behind that are littered with arrows. You find shattered pieces of spears where it seems that they were either broken against shields or something of a sort. You even find a couple shields laying around. You find old rusted short swords. Seems as if they've been laying here for quite a few years, untended to. Nothing really seems like, besides the make of the arrows and the crudely crafted spears that you find, doesn't really seem like you find anything that wouldn't belong in this camp.
So like no markings on any of the more tribal weaponry, and no like trinkets left behind that are more of a tribal nature is my question.
Not of a tribal nature.
Okay. I'm looking for identifying markings of a culture, essentially.
Sure.
So anyway, that's what I'm. Yep. Okay.
Fane and Kothar, what were your investigation rolls if you are looking for anything?
I rolled a 14, but I was more just looking at the ship and seeing how much of it was intact, but I got my answer.
Okay.
I rolled a 4 because Kothar's not in a great spot. Do I see any sign of the Dragonborn, or the 2 things I was looking for would have been any signs of him and or any secret stashes he may have had under his captain's table.
As you continue to pour through taking your time, looking through the varying different pieces. Your mind is a little preoccupied, so you miss something, or I should, no, you don't. You basically glance over things as you do search through everything, but eventually you come to that top shelf, kind of that fourth shelf of the cavern here, looking through the varying different small, what appears to be personal campsites of each of the men that might have lived here. And you do find a little bit more of a luxurious campsite. One fit for a captain. Go ahead and make another roll for me.
15.
Looking through his varying pieces of his bedroll, his what remains of the ship they could bring here, you eventually come across what appears to be a rock. And as you're messing with it, knowing that a captain usually keeps some things hidden away for a rainy day, you push it aside and find a small chest. Well, I shouldn't say small, a medium-sized chest buried in the ground underneath this rock. And next to it, there is a large, almost black oak box. Appears as if it's long in nature and very thin, almost a weapons case of sorts.
I will pull both out and let the group know that I think I've found our requisitioned supplies.
It's an M1 Abrams tank.
Okay.
I'll start with the weapons case and then I'll open the chest.
They are both locked currently. Although, looking at them in their weathered state, you feel like you could probably easily break them open.
I actually might be able to do something about that if you want.
I would. I'd prefer not to break them, if possible.
I will pull out my thieves' tools,
Hey!
Nice.
and I guess I will give each a try. Pick.
Sure, go ahead and roll a check for me.
Proficiency with Dex.
Yeah, Dex plus proficiency.
Plus. Ooh. 12 on the first one. I didn't specify which, I guess. Probably should have.
The chest in which you try first does not come unlocked.
That one's tricky. I will move to the other one. Oh, yeah. 18 plus 6. 24.
Nice.
As you mess with it and you hear the winding mechanisms from the inside begin to click, and then the latch kind of pops open a little bit. And as you flip it open, you can see on the inside of this black wood box a almost red velvet inner liner casing, and laying in the center of it, a almost oversized hand axe with a intricate design of a leather wrapping around its handle, reaching up to its almost hooked blade on the end. But you can see these blue intricate designs carved into the side of this axe.
I'll kind of just shift the box to like Kothar so that he's got a straight look at it.
I'll give it a pick up. How's it feel?
Feels cold to the touch. Light.
Nice.
I might, in time, maybe not here, I'd be able to take another crack at that one if you're not looking to destroy it.
I'll just kind of wave the axe around. I think we'll take a crack at it now, and I'll swing right at the lock with the new axe.
Okay, go ahead. Roll a strength check for me.
Just a strength check?
Yeah, just to smash it off.
5,000. Oh no.
I'll roll good one of these days, Matt. I swear. I swear. That's a 1
Oh,
for
nice.
5.
oh man. The axe hits the lock, and as it does, it almost... You definitely know you hit it, but there was no sound of metal hitting metal. It was almost like the sound of water hitting against metal. Something being dropped into the water.
Somebody just poop?
My
God.
Fane is up in the air, sort of like, don't look, please.
But it does look like it came a little bit ajar. You figure with another swing you might be able to break it off.
I'll take another one. No, the swing.
Yep.
The dirtiest 20 there's ever been.
With ease this time, you smash the lock off. And as you pull the chest open, you can see there are small amounts of gold and jewels and a few varying items that looked as if they were stashed away.
Start inspecting the items.
The first you
Well,
pull out is... Sorry, go ahead.
I was just gonna say I'll pull them out and I'll kind of slide the chest over to everyone else if someone wants to start counting.
As you start to pull out the various items, you find these leather bracers that have etchings of magical runes, at least what you would think to be magical, down the sides of them. You find a small leather sack, and on the inside, 2 golden earrings, but you're looking a little closer at them, they have small, intricate little etchings on the insides of their golden loops with a copper wire running around the insides of the loop, kind of intertwining through them. You come across a long, billowing cloak that has almost a beautiful design running across it. And finally, you come across a pair of goggles with a almost emerald-like sheen to them.
This is the best day ever.
Well, it looks like we found some stuff. Anyone have any way to figure out what this does?
I do
I can't
not.
say that I do.
What do you mean? It's just a bunch of jewelry and a pair of goggles.
Thought somebody took the identify spell.
No.
I'm gonna look at it real hard.
Pouring through the jewels, you come across a ring with a small pearl inlaid in the setting.
Ah, you just made that up, didn't you, Matt?
I don't know what you're talking about.
The cracks are starting to show.
I'll lay everything out and I'll throw the ring in the pile too.
You guys,
You know what? This looks like a great gift for my mother. I will just put this away for a while.
for
So- I'm
whoever
sorry.
was counting out the money, it was 964 gold pieces, 132 silver pieces, and 213 copper pieces.
Can I get that again? Sorry.
God damn it.
964 gold, 132 silver, and 213 copper.
We're
We
going
never
to need...
decided this. Sorry. Did we split the 5,000 gold we
We
found
never did
last
talk
We
year?
about
never
it. Yeah, I asked
did.
about
Nope.
it, but nobody said anything.
So
I think that it should stay in the chest until we... I mean, what are we going to do? We can't spend it. We can't put it in the bank.
Yeah, but one person can be in charge. You know.
Yeah, that's true.
unless that one person dies.
Then we take it back.
I think Kothar just got put on chest carrying duty.
I mean, he's pretty hefty. He can carry the extra weight.
Mm-hmm. 8 feet tall or whatever. It's like a
He's-
pocket watch to him.
He's got a shelf to put him on.
Look at them shoulders.
Yoink. Yeah, the
So-
shelf is my mommy milkers.
We
That's
won't,
what I was getting at.
we
Yeah.
won't metagame this at all, but is anybody taking the ring?
I can, if nobody else wants it.
Sure. So you
I mean,
may...
Can you?
We don't know what
Matt-
any of them do yet, correct? I
You
mean,
do not.
Could you list the items out, just their basic descriptors?
There was the axe, if you do need that one again.
Sure, why not? But I remember that one.
Okay, well. There
Clearly
was a long billowing cloak with a very intricate, almost beautiful design in it.
So
There
cloak.
was the leather bracers with almost magical runes in them. There were the pair of golden earrings with a copper wire kind of wrapped around the inside of them, and the goggles with almost like an emerald-like sheen to the glass on the front.
I want to look at the.
and the ring,
Uh,
correct?
And the ring, yes.
To be fair, I think, correct me if I'm wrong, Matt, but like my mini has rings on it, and I just did that for fashion, but I could just say that she likes rings if you want me to have it.
Hey. I don't know.
I can't remember.
Me? Oh, yep, sure enough.
Are the earrings, are they feminine? Like, I want to put them up to my ear and sort of show off and say, how does it look? I feel like the gold goes with my sort of darker skin.
Very
Yes.
pretty.
Small,
You need
Complimentary.
Small
silver with
golden
your skin
loops.
tone.
I don't know what they do, but and I'll just literally shove the sharp end of it through my ear, and then do it on the
Like
other side as
Claire's.
well.
As you put them both on and you begin talking, you hear your voice echo throughout your mind.
I don't
do have
really
piercing.
want these anymore. Kotar, these are for you.
I mean, but they accented your hourglass figure so nicely.
I don't know what happened, but I spoke and I heard my own voice in my head.
Well, before anyone else gives themselves, I do actually have the ability to pierce ears. And I motion towards my ears, which are full of all sorts of like
Mhm.
small feathers and bobbles and.
I appreciate
Shame.
it so much, but it's already done, and it's got like blood dripping down the sides of my.
I do not think it wise to be adorning ourselves in magical items when we know not what they do.
Are they magical? They must be magical. Oh.
Perhaps we should get them back to camp and see if. What's her name? The eye lady.
Ezra.
Yep.
If Ezra could identify them for us.
Edai, if you are taking the ring, you would sense that it's magical, and if you were taking the hour to attune to it, you would know what it does.
Sure, I'll like take my time and slip it on and figure out which finger I want it on, like
So we can take
accessorize.
Can we take a short rest?
If you're
Yeah,
resting
okay.
here before returning.
Sure, if it's a 4-hour trek back, yeah. Why not?
Yeah.
I'll
Well,
randomly put on the
That
bracers
might have been
and
a
see
little
what they do.
long. Well, it's probably closer to 3 hours, but still a bit of a
Oh.
trek.
Huge difference.
All right.
No, I don't regain
So,
spells.
While they take their short rest, guys, we're gonna go ahead and go to break.
Ugh. Imagine if we'd have just walked away from that chamber. That'd have been.
I know. I was like,
I would have
we were
been.
about
I
to
would have been.
turn
I would have been a
around.
little depressed. A little depressed.
Oh God.
I'm sorry. Voice of caution. It's a bad habit. It all,
No, it makes sense to be a
It's
voice of
funny,
caution.
though.
Like it's fine.
Matt, you would have been more depressed, and Zach would have been less depressed. So that's fun.
I sent a message to Aiden. My hand is like a goddamn earthquake. It's calmed down now, but I was doing about a 5-5 on the Richter scale there, filled with genuine rage and sadness, and I'm still
Oh.
sad.
Oh, and for those of you in the Discord, I got my commission done on Zamira. If you want to go check it out, I put it in the artwork channel. She's
Yeah.
beautiful.
But anyways, guys, stick around and feast your eyes on our new map scroll, designed and created by our very own Aiden here in chat.
Oh yeah. Well,
So-
Matt, you did the map. I just, I did all the.
I created the
fancy
map.
business.
He created the video and added the music. So a little bit of a cooperative creation here. So, but it's beautiful, guys. Check it out. We'll be back.
Shall I just say, Zamira, beautiful.
Thank you. He did a good job.
it makes me want to do one so bad. I've been trying to resist, but damn, it looks good.
I'll
I
pay
gotta
for yours
start
for
the
Father's
job
Day.
first. It's not permitting to be outside.
Dungeons and Dragons is bad for my health.
Gotta compartmentalize that shiz.
That's my secret cat. Hey, Matt, are you there?
I might be.
I want to talk. I just want to talk.
Do you?
No.
Kinky.
Is it about the fact that I named everybody from your crew to give it more heft that they've been, or is it the fact that
No,
you're...
it's about this. Ready?
Yeah.
Did you hear that?
Yeah.
I don't drink on weeknights, Matt.
I'm sorry. Well, if I could, I'd cheers you. I'm drinking out of my my wife that got me a custom Dungeon Master cup made. I like it.
Thank you. I've had 2 very fun back-to-back sessions, Matt. 0 emotions.
I'm sorry that you don't drink on weekdays.
It's for my own good.
It's for everyone's good that I do drink on weekdays.
Amen, sister.
It's for my liver's good that I don't.
Those regenerate. It's fine.
The government will just buy me a new one. It's fine.
They'll get you a new gender if you want it too.
I want to make it to the character selection screen.
Is it as in depth as Skyrim?
No, I wanted to. What was that new game that you were playing, Avery? The one that had like the crazy character creation where it was like nude.
Was it? Oh, Cyberpunk.
Mm-hmm.
The best character creator I've ever seen though is Baldur's Gate 3, which is kind of easily the best I've seen.
Well, thank you.
Have you tried the early access yet?
Yep.
Oh god,
Me
so
and
good.
Box have a campaign with one of our other friends.
It is. I don't think I've ever seen such a good representation of D&D in a video game.
Yeah, since we're sitting here talking anyway.
Yeah. Good evening, guys, and welcome back. I hope you guys enjoyed that lovely new map scroll with the new music. Shout out to Dreyma Music for allowing us to use his stuff in our content. Guy makes some awesome stuff. You guys should check him out on YouTube. He is who we use for our 2 separate map scrolls, the one you saw at the beginning of tonight and the one you just saw during our break.
Why you gotta steal my thunder? I'm actually making a post in the BTS in Discord here whenever I can put my brain together. But the title of the first track, the one that we've seen for campaigns 1, 2, and the Silver Sparrows, is called Hymn to Eternity, and this one is called Edge of Silence. And they, according to Matt, they both fit incredibly well. So
They do.
that's just literally happenstance because I did not consult him. I just said, this sounds great, and threw it in there. But yeah, no, Matt does the map, and I did the map scroll, and it's awesome.
Yeah, they are beautiful.
Yeah, Dreyma Music, seriously check it. I mean, you're going to see it in the BTS here in a little bit, but seriously check him out if you're any bit of a fan of fantasy music. He makes some really good stuff, mostly inspired by Lord of the Rings, Jeremy Soule, who did like Skyrim, Morrowind, yada yada. He's got some pretty cool stuff. He does some Nordic stuff too that is awesome. If you're into Nordic stuff.
But getting back into our game here tonight, as you guys ascend through this cavern, and Hidai, you have attuned to the Ring of Identification, which you may now add to your inventory if you have not already.
What a stroke of luck that was to find that like that.
Yeah, you just found this pearl inlaid ring in the bottom of all the jewels. Oh, I forgot to tell you guys the jewels you got. You got 70 gold pieces worth of rubies, 100 gold pieces worth of diamonds, 60 gold pieces worth of emeralds, and 5 gold pieces worth of sapphires. So basically 1 sapphire. 1 very small sapphire.
I have 70 gold pieces, ruby, 100 gold pieces, diamonds.
5 gold pieces of sapphires, and god damn it, now I lost track of what the other one is.
60 emeralds.
60 emeralds, yes, god damn it. I really should write these down instead of just trying to read them from memory.
Going in the chest, baby.
That's gonna be a fat fucking treasure chest soon.
It's a medium-sized chest.
Oh, but just imagine the shopping episode when we get back to civilization.
The chest currently has 5,964 gold pieces, 132 silver pieces, 213 copper pieces, 70 gold pieces worth of ruby, 100 gold pieces worth of diamonds, 5 gold pieces worth of sapphire, and 60 gold pieces worth of emerald in it.
Correct.
I think my brain just turned to gloss.
That's
You
a hefty
can have
chest.
shit in Detroit.
Evidently.
I'll start after I put the ring on and make sure it looks good and everything's all in its place. I'll start kind of like digging through the items that we got, just kind of looking, and I guess DM,
Identifying
I'll
them.
just get like a twang of what it is.
Yeah, you get a sense of the ring will allow you to better understand magical things that you touch.
The first thing I'm gonna grab is gonna be the robe.
Okay, the robe. And for sake of time, we won't RP you identifying everything, but
Understood?
you go through the motions of channeling the arcane energy through this ring, and you may add the Glamour Weave item, the uncommon version of the Glamour Weave item, and pass it out to who you wish. Which I did not know this item existed until like a day ago, and it's pretty fucking cool.
Hold on, I'm looking for it. Weave?
Glamour Weave.
It's called Uncommon Glamour Weave.
It is called Uncommon Glamour Weave.
I must be missing something.
Hmm.
GLAM.
Go ahead.
Is
It's
it
spelled
OUR?
No, it's GLAM.
GLAMER.
GLAMER.
It's spelled.
It's one word.
Yeah.
Okay,
And if somebody would like to read that out for the audience, for those that don't know what it does.
I got it.
Sure.
Oh,
No,
Aiden,
go ahead.
please. Aiden,
No,
please,
we
you'll
like
do it better.
female narration. It's much
Aiden,
easier
please,
on
you'll
the
do
ears.
it better.
Okay, Glamour Weave is a clothing imbued with harmless illusory magic. While wearing the common version of these clothes, you can use a bonus action to create a moving illusory pattern with the cloth. This is the uncommon version, so I guess you can't do that. Uncommon Glamour Weave can have the pattern rise from the cloth. For example, a Glamour Weave gown might be wreathed in harmless illusory flames, while a Glamour Weave hat might have illusory butterflies fluttering around it. When you make a Charisma Performance or Charisma Persuasion check while wearing the uncommon version of the Glamour Weave, you can roll a d4 and add it to the number rolled to the check. Once you use it, you can't use it again until the next dawn. So you get a d4 on Performance or Persuasion. Cool.
As I'm kind of like fumbling the cloth in my hands, I would explain this to the group. And does this sound like it would be helpful to anyone?
I believe that I already get. I did.
It might be
Yeah,
worth
I already get to
something.
re-roll failed persuasions, so I don't.
Nobody wants to look like they're wreathed in fire at all times.
It's literally Fane, like Fane.
I do think that's kind of right up your alley.
Yeah.
Getting to like change your your appearance to better fit your scenario.
I'll take it under consideration and I'll grab a hold of it and sort of. Is it like it's a cloak? Is that right?
It is a cloak, a Glamour Weave cloak.
Okay, I'll take it and see if I can't think of something fun.
Okay.
Matt, real
It would get
quick,
caught up in my fists.
the Ring of Identification is the version without charges, correct?
Is the ring without charges? Yes.
Okay.
Oh. Thank you for specifying.
Yeah, that's my version, not his.
Okay. Is there anything else? I guess I would go through it all
Yeah.
if I don't
Just
have
tell
charges.
me. Just tell me what you want to do next,
Yeah,
or we can just go down the list.
go down the list, please.
Okay.
That
The
would
next thing you identify are the bracers of archery.
Oh.
help. I think I know who that goes to. I'm just gonna hand it straight to Aiden. I mean,
I actually will, like, no, it's okay. I will actually look at them and go, when you describe the cloak, I don't understand. What is this going to do?
I'll put it on, and having sort of a basic understanding of it, the way it works, I will surround myself in just sort of I'll make it look like the lighting is perfect. Slightly top left and
Yeah, the
from
ring
just
light.
like
Instagram.
Instagram, and sort of like in the darkness, my body has the most perfect chiseled thing, and then I change the light to be backlit, and then I change it to be myself my skin covered in fire, and then I changed it to be covered in ice.
Is that what these are going to do?
Actually, I think if I'm correct, based on whatever this is, I think it'll make your arrows do a little bit more damage. Hurt somebody a little bit worse.
You're kind of like watching Akari's face. You get the full idea that he has no idea what a magic item is.
Well, it's confusing to me
As
too.
he's like starting to put them on, and actually he's taking off. He had a on his right hand. He had a glove that he would use to kind of bind the. Oh geez, I'm forgetting my bow terminology. As he's holding the string and then release after he knocks it, he'll kind of
Quick.
take that off and put the bracer on instead.
Knock.
No.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
Next, you identify.
I'm gonna
go
take.
ahead.
I'm gonna take just a little note. Take a little note of him looking confused by the magic items. But yeah,
Okay.
next.
The next items you identify are the earrings of message.
Sick.
Nice.
Oh dear.
And those are homebrew, but a simple overview of them is 2 people are wearing them. You guys can cast the message spell between each other.
Oh.
Is there a range?
120
120
feet.
feet.
I think those might be good for whoever feels like they're going to be kind of a lead scout.
Do they require attunement?
They do not.
Oh, that's
We
why
could
it
just swap them
echoed.
around.
That's so funny.
Heard yourself 3 times.
Matt, that was genius.
If
Uh,
only had done like if only had done the classic feedback effect, where it's like,
Bravo.
Oh yeah.
yeah, and then you just like lose your
Bravo.
fucking- That would have been great.
I
The-
think maybe we hold on to these and use them situationally.
Big brain.
Okay.
The next item are the iconic, probably one of the most iconic D&D items, the goggles of night.
Hey, don't need that.
Somebody's
Uh,
gonna need those.
I'm pretty sure we all do except for Thane.
Yeah, 4
I
of
was
us
gonna
need
say,
those.
yeah. We were all holding hands last time.
right.
Like,
You know, it
All right, brawl in the middle of the room to see who gets them.
Done.
Akane,
Let's do it.
it seems like if these are going to help somebody see in the darkness, it might be most useful for Akare.
somebody long ranged, yeah.
Yeah, I think
Ooh.
so.
They're gonna
Let's
help
do-
me see.
The
Don't-
range is 60 feet, though. Would he need to see farther than that with his bow and arrow?
Oh,
Well, it's more that if
It-
somebody needs to be
I
quiet,
can shoot up to 600 feet, Zamira. So like, yeah, theoretically.
but
If you
Fine.
put them on and it makes it, you know, distinct, different, like black and whites in the dark.
But more importantly, if he's off scouting, he can't exactly hold a torch while he's off sneaking around.
It's fair.
Yeah, it's fair. I think the bow is going to take up both of his hands.
Mhm.
Plus,
Akari, welcome. You have yourself a second
They
magic
match
item.
your outfit.
Don't think too hard about it, Akare. Just put them on and accept the change.
These are goggles of night, not goggles of the night, right? Because I have 2 in my short bar here.
Yeah, whichever ones are the actual.
Just 60.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I can't tell from this page, and I
Okay.
can't pull up and if it. But one of them is 120 feet. Warning: don't look into lights while wearing, which is like, I guess.
Oh yeah, that's
Maybe
one of the
not.
ones that I made to be like a funny version.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
I
So
forgot
these
that
are
those were in
regular
there.
goggles of night.
Yeah, just regular
Okay.
goggles tonight.
I will put them on, and realize I can see in the dark. Well, this would give me an opportunity to kind of stay ahead of the group. But, you know, I'm a little quiet. I've trained with the Ano Ray, so could probably be unseen and let you guys know what we see up ahead. Double back a lot, or maybe the earrings will let us talk.
I think
I don't
that's
want-
a good plan.
I don't want to lay claim to one of those just yet. I agree with your idea. Let's see what the dynamic is, but it could be useful.
I agree.
as I'm like messing with my backpack, trying to find new rooms to put these things. Because as you see me like pilfering through my pack, you can see that I'm not a particularly a well-packed individual, but that like almost everything has been utilized. So I'm like reorganizing, essentially.
Fantasy hoarders.
Yeah, more of
Fantasy
just like he's got
Costco.
everything that he thinks he needs on him, and probably a lot he doesn't.
Anything
And-
else, Jim?
Finally, you may look up the item Leviathan's Reach.
I
Well, that's not good sounding.
know exactly who that's going to.
Wait,
I'm not even gonna touch it. I'm just gonna hand it over to the Kothar.
To Thane.
To
Sorry,
Thane.
Kothar. Sorry.
Fight for it.
I'm sorry, who?
I'm teasing it, sorry.
You got me.
It's up to you guys who takes it.
What the?
Well, it is
Can
the
it
one
be
in the
considered a
box,
monk
though,
weapon?
correct?
Should I read this for the benefit of anybody who's watching?
Well, I thought Zach was going to read it since it was his, but whoever would like to.
No, go
I
for
was
it.
gonna say it is the
he's a
one
way
in the
better
box,
narrator.
correct?
He's
Okay,
a way
then
better
yeah,
narrator than me.
that's
A
it.
mystical axe that was crafted with the waters from an ancient temple to Uldenhiem, located in the pools of vitality deep within the sacred gardens. This mystical axe binds to its owner. It can always find its way back to them. Should the axe become lost, it liquefies, finding its way back to the seas. All one would need to do is find a body of water and speak the command word. Matt, can you say the command word?
Hold on.
I think
can
it's
help.
Sholisvar. I'd have to look at my spelling.
Sholisvar. Yeah, Sholisvar. And the axe will fly out of
Shapapo.
water into the owner's hand. When you make a thrown weapon attack with this axe, so long as it remains within 60 feet of you, as a free action, you may recall the axe to your hand. As a bonus action, you may also speak its command word and direct which way the icy waters flow. Every creature you designate in a 5-foot line between you and the axe must make a Dex 14 saving throw or take 2d6 cold damage.
What the? You can get real creative with that one, Bob.
He looks tickled.
I mean,
A small concession for the fact that he just found out a lot of bad stuff.
This is the like dark
I said
mirror
that
of
he got
every
red.
other campaign you've run, Matt, where you just refuse to give any magical items or gold.
Hey, you guys in all my other games have complained about how you didn't get very much stuff, so I decided I wanted to start this campaign a little bit differently.
Oh, I see.
I'm here for it.
Let's make everything broken. Then everything's overpowered.
If everything's
Go
broken,
ahead and
nothing's
give us
broken.
stuff.
he told me vaguely about this axe, and he said he's going to put it in my path, but I'm going to have to fight a lot of people. Joke's on me, he just killed everyone I've ever loved.
I never said you'd have to fight a lot of people. I said you might have to fight a certain person for it, and that's if Fane wanted to try and take it.
No, Fane's comfortable with his toolkit.
I appreciate it. I think I might be able to put this to pretty good use.
I mean, he was born
No.
with dark vision, so.
It seems
Samir
like,
just like stick with these hands.
well, if I can find the bow, I'm actually pretty good with those, so I don't think I really need an axe that returns.
Yeah, I think if it really does come back to me,
We'll test it out.
yeah, I was gonna say I'll chuck it kind of off
Well-
the little ledge we're walking on and see if it comes back.
Well, you have not attuned to it yet.
Fane, can I just dive down, fly down, and get it?
Yeah.
Okay. I'll fly down a little shakily, just because the wing thing is still kind of new,
Yeah.
and then I'll find it and then bring it back up and say, "Well done, sir. Yeah, it doesn't work, but it is beautiful."
I'm imagining
Maybe,
at some
maybe
point
with a
in
little
that,
more practice, you know. Maybe I'll.
I'm imagining at some point in that weapon's history, it's been won in like a ship battle, has been found by somebody, and then they just like threw it and tried to call it back, but they didn't attune to it and it was lost back to the ocean. That's what I'm imagining.
It was almost lost back to the ocean again.
At the
that
mention
was
of
productive.
Fane asking or saying if he ever found a bow, I would kind of turn to him and was like, I could probably make one. Made many for my tribe.
You know what? Sure.
It'll take
If
some
you have-
time, and I'll have to find the proper wood out here. I'm not sure if
Well,
the wood will be
don't-
as reliable as we need.
Don't inconvenience yourself. it would be a nicety, but and I pull out the whip and I say, I have this in the meantime.
Consider it a side project for a friend.
Thank you, Akari.
So I kind of gather the rest of my pack and sling it back over and kind of start walking a couple of paces to the cavern exit here. You know, where all I got was the wisps, so my notes are not complete. But there's a ship with the name Wisp in it here. I'll kind of turn back to the group and say, so, what's our next step?
Well,
Uh,
go ahead, Kothar.
DM, there was not like another passage out of that back chamber, right? Like it was just.
Not that you could find.
Okay, yeah. I just wanted to double check that we didn't just abandon the cave halfway through.
Do I have a
Okay.
general idea of time of
Almost
day?
With the short rest you guys just took, it's getting into the evening hours.
And we're on our way back at this point, right? We're sort of walking and talking.
I assume
I
you
would
took your
imagine.
short rest to identify your items and relax within that kind of encampment there, and
Okay.
now you're on your way back.
Yeah.
While they were doing the magical items, Zamir would have gone off and I would have taken out my wood carver's kit and I would have whittled like a tiny little dragon head and put it with the daisies or the lilies that she had druid crafted in honor of the dead.
Okay.
So we have an answer, which is that the back of this cave is secure. In terms of big things, we need a boat. But in order to get a boat, I think we need to find a very comfortable place, a place we feel secure, completely secure in, that we can sort of rest and recuperate in without the threat of a dragon or savages or monsters or other things. Whether that be in the village with civilized people or constructing a shelter of our own, however that would go.
Well, I don't think we can do much today on an empty stomach. I think we should get back for now and have dinner. I've got all these mushrooms. I'm excited to see what they taste like.
Do you have any of that cheese left?
I'm sure I can find some.
I suggest we make our way back.
Back to camp then.
I want you all to
Continue.
know that just in my notes from the last session, one of my last things I wrote were, I'm good at cheese. So, I got that cheese on me.
Awesome. So we walk.
Yeah, we'll head back.
Is that your laundry, Hex?
Is it that loud? I'm so sorry.
Yes, it's very loud.
Or-
It's very loud.
It's a nice beat in the background. Like
Yeah, it's keeping the tempo. We know how much time has passed.
Hold on 1 second. I'll go shut my door to my bedroom.
No, we're aware of like every passing minute because that's how it happens in most RPG games. Like every 6 seconds is like 1 minute in the overworld, so a day is whatever. Okay,
Yeah.
that was stupid, but you get what I meant.
So you
Don't beat
guys,
yourself up.
I give up.
you guys ascend
yeah, well-
the. Go ahead.
No, go.
You guys
We're
ascend
doing
the
what I was gonna mention.
spirals stairs out of this cavern from where you guys found this encampment back to your fellow shipmates here at the mouth of the cavern, where you can find Ezra is up keeping watch and everyone else is down for sleep as it is getting into the late hours.
I would make us a lovely dish of the new mushrooms, old mushrooms, and cheese, and whatever meats I have learned to prepare. Everybody does still have those good berries. I believe they go bad after 24 hours, so I'm going to go ahead and cast that again and hand out a new round. Oh shoot, no I'm not. I don't have it today. Never mind.
I'll try mine for dinner. Just...
As you're kind of prepping the meals, I'll walk up to you, Kidai, and I'll say thank you, but the berry is enough. I'm all right.
I understand they are quite filling. For some reason. I don't understand.
They're very good, actually.
Thank you. I
Not that
saw these berries in a bush in the forest, and I thought real hard about them. and then they just kind of showed up in my hand. So I hope they're really good.
Not that I
I
don't
still
like your,
don't understand it.
not that I don't like your cooking, and especially after what I showed you, but it's enough. So thank you. That's all I require.
Very welcome.
DM,
I'll-
could you...
Oh, go ahead.
No, you first. Mine's gonna... You're good.
Oh, I was just gonna say that I'll eat and then I'll help her do dishes and clean up.
Thank
Okay.
Could we have say I grabbed Garen's body on the way back up?
Sure.
I'd like to take a moment while they're all preparing dinner and bring him back as close as I can to the reef. I don't know how far our cave is from like the actual ocean proper.
If I,
What?
sorry, go ahead. If I notice this, I would sort of tag along behind and just sort of say, "May I join you? I'll be quiet."
No, I think the company would be nice.
I should mention it was nothing but bones as remains. They so it does seem as it's been a while since he's passed.
No, that's fine. I'd just like to gather them up.
Yeah, no problem. The reef is roughly, there's kind of like a lagoon that is kind of in the inner parts of the island. So the reef is about 20 miles out.
Sorry, I just mean like how far am I from the ocean, like the beach proper? Are we like way in?
No, you're not way
Oh.
in. Even parts of the beach even kind of curl into the mouth of this cave. There's small bits, maybe about a 10-foot section at the mouth of this cave that kind of comes in. You guys have your own little section of shoreline.
Okay, I'll just go like a quarter mile out then. Just I want to be close enough to the cave, but I don't want to be like
Sure.
on top of it.
Yeah.
I'd like to gather a little bit of the sail from our ship and wrap his bones in it, and I will deposit 2 gold pieces in it. Pay his toll. And as I do, I will throw it back out into the ocean.
Okay. So you
to the
go ahead.
To the victorious dead, and I'll just watch it kind of float away for a moment.
The bag kind of float away and then sink below the dark-colored waves of the evening here. You know, the breeze kind of wash over you, and eventually the bag disappears from sight as it sinks deeper into the ocean floor.
I'll stand there for a couple more minutes before heading back in. Fane, I know that was kind of my little moment, but thank you for being there. For what it's worth, it made it a little nicer knowing that someone else got to watch him.
I'll sort of just pat Kothar on the back and I say, "It's hard to lose someone. I lost my father, and there was no one there. And that's all I say as we walk back."
Okay.
As Zamira and I are kind of doing the dishes, cleaning up. Thank you for your help. I have to ask, you seem a lot more well-versed about things, adventures like this than me. What do you make of all this?
This I do not know. I'm not ventured in it, or I'm not versed in adventure. This is only the second time I've ever left my home, but my home's purpose is research.
Well, that
I
makes
spend
double the time that I've spent.
I spend my time buried in books, not living it. This is all very new to me.
I found great comfort in books at home, but it was never research. It's all just for fun.
There's a purity to that. We were
Absolutely.
always either researching or practicing our skills.
How did you end up here?
I was sent on a journey by the leader of my order. There's something here that I need to find, and I don't know where to start looking for it. I don't know where to begin, who to ask. I don't even know what it looks like or if it's real.
Yeah,
But I do know I was told it was here.
I can certainly relate to that. I mean, I know you mentioned that you were looking for Uldenhiem too, so I'm here to look for a tribe that may know something about the curse that was put on me.
Is it the curse that causes your horns?
It is. It is. Also, the curse that causes these random things to come from my hands, like a blade of ice while we were with the squid monster, and like healing sometimes. And I'm still learning how to control it. I have a very dark feeling that there's a lot more that I don't know about yet.
I wouldn't call it a curse so much. I think your horns are quite becoming on you.
Oh, well, thank you.
Finn
But
coughs. Tries not to say something lewd.
Hey, Kidai,
Yes.
make a Constitution saving throw for me.
Oh no. Okay. 17.
While you're finishing cleaning up after eating your guys' meal and starting to make down for bed for the night, you can feel the familiar sense of that hunger begin to creep in again.
Matt, you're stressing me out.
But with enough fortitude, you are able to fight it off for tonight.
DM, I didn't want to interrupt, but as Fane and Kothar are walking back, of course, mental images, if depending on what you allow, I'm trying to find a location just above the entrance of the mouth of the cave that I can kind of stay within almost a thicket of sorts and try to keep watch over the entrance as I try to lean into that training.
Yeah, so the side, it depends on which side of the mountain you want to be. The cave is kind of on the ocean. The entrance to the cave is on the ocean's side, so there's no growth anything on that side. But on the opposite side of the mountain, towards the jungle side, kind of right around the corner, there are some things growing up the sides of the mountain where you think you could find.
No, I'm trying to establish an advantageous place to keep
Okay.
watch on the cave entrance.
Yeah, you could easily find
Since
one.
I can essentially keep watch over it for the entirety of the night.
Yeah, you could easily find one.
Okay.
what time is it now?
Roughly 11. It's late.
It's sleepy time.
Oh shit, always muted. As the final thing, as we sort of get back, wherever Kothar is, I'll open up the second bottle of rum and take a big swing and then just sit down next to him and hand it to him.
I will silently take another swig, and just pass it back.
Do that for a little while until going to sleep.
I will take first watch.
I will come in and kind of point out to everybody the place that I found that's kind of advantageous to keep a watch, and that if they want to join me on their watches, they can. But that I can, if not, then they should get as much rest as they can because I can handle keeping the entrance safe.
I'll do third watch.
I'll
Since
take
Samira
second.
wakes up early.
I'll take
first, I think.
second since my hunger is kind of bugging me.
You guys go through the evening, a quiet evening throughout your different watches. You can hear the skirting of nightlife of varying sizes and sounds running throughout the forest at the different late hours of the evening, but each of you throughout your watches don't find anything. Nothing comes throughout the night. It's a quiet evening.
Through the whole evening?
Through the whole
Or just
evening.
that?
Through the whole evening.
I would have woken up for third watch and then just stayed awake. And I would go through my morning Rocky montage workout routine and then take out my wood carving kit and just go sit kind of off in solitude by the water and meditate and do some wood carving.
So, the plan for today.
How is Breger? Captain Breger, how are you feeling today?
Kind of grunts and sits up a little bit, grasping at his side. You can see the scar tissue is beginning to form as his wound has begun to heal. I am feeling quite better, but I don't think I'll be doing much traveling anytime soon.
Could we... I hate to say it this way, but could we stow them below and make our journey? They could keep the chest.
I was about to say, I think we, I think it's a slightly better defensible position, especially with the Bastilla.
I think so too.
Are they well enough to make the journey down? I mean, it's several hours down there.
I mean, it's either that or be exposed.
Two dwarves kind of pipe up. We could go anywhere, and we're bringing our ballista with us.
Could you bring the captain first?
Ezra kind of chimes in, and as you can look over, she's already putting her arms under his and like lifting him up off the ground. I will take care of my captain.
I'll stay near you all too, to make sure you can make it through the whole way.
They're heading down below.
Yeah.
We could. We could escort them down, but it would take up quite a bit of time out of this day.
Split the party.
My vote personally is to let them take care of it and us be on our way to the village.
We have no reason to think that there would be anything else down there that would cause them harm.
No.
Besides, I'm sure Stradmo and Thadmo will be spending the majority of the day just moving the Bastilla down there and up on one of those shelves.
They've already started like making their way down there after you told them there was a safe place down there.
I love those dwarves. I love them so much.
And I look to Ezra and I say, Ezra, darling, the chest, could you keep watch over it?
Is it of importance to you?
I believe so. It's our payment.
I will come back for the chest, but I will not be carrying the chest down while also escorting the captain.
I suggest we hide that somewhere and not leave it in the hands of others.
What if, strange thought, we took it with us? What if, hear me out, this is a friendly tribe, and they deal in currency?
I suppose I hadn't considered that.
What if they deal in lizard men?
Well,
we've got both options covered.
That's
true.
true.
I didn't really get to use the good old axe yesterday, so there's that.
I'm not
Alright,
very
so-
strong, but I can kind of drag the chest with me.
Oh, I can carry it. Don't worry about it.
I think if Kotar ever gets tired, which I doubt, I suppose I could take a shift before you have to key die. You are
I'll
about the
try.
size of one of Kotar's legs.
I think me and her together could carry it.
I think we could.
And more power to you.
I'll like flex.
And I'll try to flex, but it just looks sad.
It's
She
like when,
turns one arm into a bear arm.
It's beef jerky.
like an 8-year-old little girl flexing her arms like
It is.
desperately.
I am beef jerky.
Ezra
Slim Jim.
looks over. If you wish, I could keep it. Well, I could keep it inside me.
Excuse me?
You watch as she reaches her hand down to the ground, and as she pulls it back, a small, almost pitch black portal
We didn't say.
opens
we didn't
in the
say
ground.
yes.
I could keep it in my realm.
That was unnecessary.
You're gonna keep
It
in
was
a
worth
hole.
it.
Listen, there's only one thing I want kept inside you, and it is not. Well, it is a treasure, but it's not a box of gold. If you know what I mean.
Oh my god.
Gothar walks away with the treasure chest. I
Yeah.
just
This man could hoist it anywhere he wanted. He's fucking. Have you seen this man? He's like 7'5" or something.
He's gonna
7,
hoist
8.
it,
please.
hoist it into a treasure
My
hole.
apologies, okay?
The
Look,
3
as
inches
a
are important.
as like an average, like that's true. As an average, like 5'10", 5'11", maybe like at best 6'2" man, Akari's like, dude, what the fuck? He's just like a giant.
Kothar has it clapped between his butt cheeks.
Oh no.
Wrong. He has it held between those beautiful pecs.
Oh lord.
DM, I did want to during the rest last night, and generally this morning, as a lot of this conversation is going on, I want to kind of assess the tree cover. The tree coverage as we make our way towards this walled city, is it enough to where Akari could travel amongst the treetops?
In certain sections, yes.
Because he's used to it where he's from. I almost said the forest name. That would have been a big spoiler. He's used to doing that here or there, but is it even possible here?
In certain sections, yeah. There are pockets of openings where he might have to make a jump or climb down to go to the next one.
Okay. My suggestion to the group in general would be, if everyone's okay with it, I'm more familiar with looking down upon the forest and assessing our path. In my training, we've established a number of short whistles that indicate either safety or whatnot, and I can look ahead and make sure we're not about to stumble into something. You can follow my general lead, and from the treetops, I could see where we're going, make sure we don't get lost.
I would be very interested to see you, yes.
Okay. I will just
I
teach
don't-
them a couple of the short whistles that the Honore use, if nobody has objections.
I don't object, but if not to spoil your fun, I suppose, Akare, but I can fly.
It's not about fun, it's about assessing the land ahead.
Right. I repeat, I can fly.
If you would like to accompany me, you may. If you're planning on going a trop, is the canopy thick here? The tree canopy?
It's fairly thick.
If you're planning on going above the canopy, all you'll hear is my whistle call.
No, I'm sorry. Maybe I'm not being clear. If we're talking about assessing the land, I can just fly up and assess the land.
No, I meant as an advance as we travel. A constant assessment, if you will. I already know which way to go.
Okay, sorry that I mentioned it.
No, I invite you to do whatever you would like.
N-
I was offering what little skills I have.
Well, you certainly don't have little skills. I'm just... You know what? Yes, Akari, I'm sorry. Whistles.
Yep.
Oh lord.
It's backfiring on me already. This is what I get. Trying to play a ranger, being made fun of.
I love your ranger.
I will, group willing, take one of the earrings. And I've got a open piercing somewhere, for God's sake, on my ear, so
Are you sure it's on your ear?
look, I got a couple, but I've definitely got one free on my ear. If not, I'll make one real fast.
Does it work down there? Is that...
Oh my god.
Do we really want to be talking about this? I don't...
Who will
I'll
take
just
the
take-
other one?
This says it has to be worn.
Oh, it's a
Pain.
bummer.
Pure pain.
I will, since I'm the most mobile, I will take the other earring unless there's an objection.
Not from me.
Would you mind if I tried accompanying you in the trees? I'd be very curious to learn.
I wouldn't. In fact, I would be more than happy to show you the almost hidden path that not many see.
I'd like to watch, if I can, kind of observe from the ground as they do that.
Sure.
I will walk beside Kothar. I guess just the two of us. And
And I'm not talking about a huge advanced scout here, DM. I'm talking about like 60, 70 feet, but with the vantage point of just under the canopy, which gives you a bit of more of a field of view to assess as you move, both your sides and your front. If you understand what I mean.
I will remind you guys that you did find a map down in the ransacked areas that you have not taken a look at yet.
I thought we did look at it.
Yeah, we had an hour.
Okay, no one told me they were actually looking at the map.
Oh.
So
Sorry,
guess that
I
was
had
kind of-
asked if there were any markings on it. You never
Oh,
answered, so I just...
I completely missed that because there are.
Okay.
Looking across the map, you can see marked out various locations and names of the various areas. There is a massive circle around the area known as High Pass.
Sorry, I'm pulling up the map now. Yes, I pass. There's a big circle around it?
There's a big circle around it.
Okay. But we were all talking about going to Trasana, right?
That is the city, not the city, that is the village you guys saw surrounded with the wooden walls.
Yeah.
Mhm.
My understanding was we were going there and I had seen that from the mountaintop.
You
Or
did
not even
s-
from the mountaintop, on like the side.
Yeah, that is the village in which you guys saw.
Yeah, I think that's going to be our best bet in terms of just like getting some kind of just lay of the land.
I agree. I will be walking beside Kothar, whistling a tune.
Okay. Again, DM, not a huge distance, 60, 70 feet.
Yeah.
And I will show Zamira during this journey, which we all know where we're going, or at least Akari knows where he's going, because he's got the Wanderer feature is his background. Got a good general sense of direction. I will just try to show Zamira that, like, in this mess and thicket of tree and canopy top, if you stop for a moment, most people are eager to get moving, but if you stop for a moment, there's a path that you want to follow, and it's not always the straight line. Sometimes it meanders. Nature grows in certain ways, but there's always usually a connection that you can use. Yeah, it takes some leaping, some risks. You'll fall if you're not careful, and you'll fall even if you are careful. And throughout it, I will continue a series of Anna-Ray trained, basically whistles that I gave to the group to indicate, let's keep moving, yada yada, stuff like that. I don't want to get too into depth about how it all works, but like
I turn to Kothar as we hear the
I'm like the
whistles, and I
rogue, but
say-
it's nature,
Yeah.
I turn
And
to
also I
do a
Kothar as
hearing.
But
I just say to Kothar, I say, he's not very good at keeping a tune. He's
No,
very inconsistent.
It's true, it's pretty bad.
Mhm.
I don't think he's done many singing days in
almost-
his time.
It's almost as if he's never been to a show before.
You sing a lot on a ship, you know?
Yeah, a shanty. Mhm. No, never mind. The story for another time.
Alright, roll a d8 for me as you're leading them through this forest.
A D8, you say? Whoa, where'd my D8s go? This is what I roll for damage. I can't be losing these. All right, 5.
5. You begin to change the music.
No, sure don't.
Yeah, don't change it.
Travel music's fine.
If it
man.
gets more peaceful, that's fine. If it gets more ominous, no thanks. Also,
As you begin to make your way through this beautifully laid forest, the varying different songbirds chirping through the air as they fly above the canopies of the tree, you come across a few small monkey-like creatures kind of varying through the trees, keeping their distance from you guys but checking you out. You come across small deer and fawn, large elk, varying things of size and nature throughout the forest as you make your way through, but it's a quiet day. very beautiful day. You guys can start to finally take in the wonders of nature here on this island.
Yeah, there are moments when we're traversing where I'm making like a leap to a branch, and then Zamira almost doesn't make it, and I just barely catch her and kind of hoist her back up. And then as we're going, not even 5 trees later, she makes a far more superior jump, and I have to take a side route. And there are times when she makes a better jump because she's better at this jumping monk shit, where I too, I'm like completely falling, and she actually manages to jump down a level and catch me. So it's kind of this weird trade-off of like, she's got
Okay.
the skill, I've got the knowledge, but
Okay.
she's keeping up. This is definitely a tag team effort to keep this
While
interesting
we're-
like scouting stuff.
While we're
It's not all just me showboating, is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I appreciate that.
while we're walking along, I
That
would
makes
like
sense.
to keep an eye out for any herbs that I think look like healing, you know? Look like they could patch us up a bit.
Sure, make a nature check for me.
Uh, 23.
Yeah, I'd say you find add 25 gold pieces of medicinal herbs to your inventory.
Thank you.
As we
Love it.
walk, Kothar and I side by side, I sort of thinking on the night before, I just say, how many friends did you lose when you came here?
I mean, if you would have asked me that yesterday, I think I would have had a slightly different answer. We came with what was 8, 9 ships full of men. They had a small fleet themselves, 4 or 5. I'd known most of them for, at least a handful of years. I'd known everyone on my ship for as long as I'd been in. But, yeah, I mean, if you would have asked me yesterday, I would have said all of them. But
Now it's not so sure.
now it's not so sure, and that's what's tricky, There was a strange solace in having no hope, There was almost closure, but
You would remember them in peace.
yeah, I'm not so sure of that now. But
We will find out so that you can remember them.
I appreciate it.
Hmm.
If you don't mind me asking, how would you remember your father? Do you remember him at peace?
Not in peace, but in honor, I suppose. And I pull out my whip and I sort of show the handle, and there are sort of like hellish runes written on the handle. And it says, well, I have this written down somewhere. It says, Fir lazmi yejir eoduoi oizmir.
Mm-hmm.
And it's infernal for fear not the rhythm of life, Father.
He is.
It's not much, but he would have liked it.
I mean, yeah, sounds like it. Sounds like you really looked up to him. So
Hard not to. You might have heard of my father, actually. If you were ever to the north, he was quite well known.
I tended to stay pretty low flyers around Port Midpar and the south kind of the Zartalos Empire. But
He was a gladiator. Very famous.
yeah,
But
I mean,
if he never made it to the north, I'm sure he would like to think that his name was known across the continents, but it probably was not so.
well, I mean, hung out with a bunch of sailors. What was his name?
His name was Genderog.
Kinderog.
Hmm.
DM, do I have any recollection of that name?
Roll a history check for me.
My history's hot garbage.
DM, while this is going on, I do want to clarify the earring. Thane heard himself. Is it an open channel all the time, or is it like you have to intend to send message?
You have to intend to send message.
Gotcha.
He
Good
heard himself. He heard himself
clarification.
because he didn't understand how it worked, and it was funny.
Respect.
12, by the way, for history.
Name sounds familiar, but you can't pinpoint where you've heard it.
I think now that you mention it, I think I've heard it in passing, but so I mean, if there's some solace that his name did make it this far south,
Some solace. Anyway, cheers to the departed.
cheers to the departed.
Whoever's bringing up the rear, roll a d8 for me.
I suppose that's me and Kothar.
Yeah, I suppose that's us.
Whichever one you would like to.
Go ahead, Kothar, do the honors.
I will roll the golden d8. 1.
Give me 1 second.
No, I won't.
As you guys are making your way through this forest, coming towards the center of it, the songbirds above have gone silent. The animals have scattered. It's a silence that's, in the past few days, has become all too familiar to you. As you look up, Akare, you can see from the top of this canopy that massive beast standing atop, letting out a massive roar as it descends down and starts encircling the island.
I'm going to, which is the whistle for get the fuck down, and I will also, as Zamira and I descend a level along the branches here, I will use the earring and say, Fane, we've got a problem.
I will. Instead of us-
back, just
I-
don't find cover.
I grab Kothar and just say, we gotta move, take it. And I'll help him
And
with the chest and get to the nearest thicket of just as thick of possible trees.
Instead of us climbing down slowly, I will grab him and cast levitate, and we'll go to the ground slowly and meet them and find somewhere to hide.
Got it. Everybody make stealth checks for me.
Klaxons going off in my mind.
I'm thinking that's a natural one.
Me?
Is that what that was?
It's a natural 20. It's a
Oh,
21.
even better. There we go.
I was about to say, it's like an R2D2 screech would come from me if I rolled a natural one. 24, by the way.
Very nice.
Or, sorry, it's plus 8, minus 2, 26. I rolled an 18, plus 8, 26.
Gotcha.
Yes.
26. Got it. Zamira?
My brain's broken.
17.
17. Both are.
16.
16. Fane.
Hey,
No.
But a natural 20 from Kidai.
Yes, that's constant shitty whistles of like, not good.
As you're looking around, you can see almost in the same nature you have the varying forest creatures, the birds hiding in the tops of the trees, the deer and elk cowering into the bushes. And it's at this point you can hear again the roar in the distance.
Nope.
But in that instance, it's followed by an echoing of other roars. And as you look out through the recesses of the canopy, you can see now that there are smaller drakes encircling the island. And it appears as if
cats
they're
go home.
it appears as if they're hunting. The massive
they're not
drake
here
that you
for,
guys
like-
have come to know just circling the island, watching as what you can only assume to be his children start diving into the varying pockets of the forest, chasing down the animals in the fields.
I make no such assumptions. I'm my eyes are closed.
Look, this dragon
Matt,
fucks.
stop describing things. Stop describing things. I'm trying to figure out if there's a way out of this. I'm looking at my character sheet. Stop talking. Hang on.
He wants us to know that this dragon has had relation.
This dragon fucks.
Can you imagine the lady that took that big
Oh god.
black dragon?
Are you sure they're not here for like Meat Eaters Anonymous? And they're just
Yeah.
But the closer
yes.
you all look, you notice that these dragons are only encircling on the far reaches of the island. Doesn't appear as if they are venturing out this way.
Yeah, the path we would have taken us along the mountainside, yeah, and through the woods there.
I kind of figured
you
you
say
went through the
far?
mountainside and then started curving down towards Tristana.
Uh-huh.
Can I take a look? I want to peek out kind of as unseen as I can. Is one of them kind of I want to make sure none of them are heading back towards the cave we just came from.
No, so if you're looking at the map, they are all throughout the wildlands area. They're all just kind of encircling throughout that forest. You can see that kind of blankets the mountainside and the open plains that kind of are in the center of the island. You can see them in the distance, not knowing exactly what they're going for, but you can see them diving into the fields below. And as you look, you can see one coming up with what appears to be a horse in its mouth.
So
As it
we're
carries
pretty
it
well
back to
covered
its
then,
lair.
under the trees. Yes.
You are
Where
under
did
full
it get
cover
a
under the trees.
horse?
I guess slowly continue our walk.
I pee my pants.
I have an intense curiosity that I have to fulfill. DM, I climb a tree,
Okay.
and I want to get. I want to
Hold
get.
on,
His,
hold on.
Grab him
hold
by
on.
the back of his
Wait,
shirt and stop
no.
him.
I'm gonna cast enhance ability for
shit.
stealth.
Cat's Grace, is it?
Yes, Cat's Grace.
Zamira, we need to look for a ship. This might be a response to someone else arriving.
This didn't happen when we arrived.
Different responses for different threats.
You dig your own grave then.
To this
Tell him
thing,
to
we
dig
were
it.
nothing.
Tell him to dig it farther away.
Sure, I'll go as long as you guys want, and then I just want to climb a tree real fast, get to the top of the canopy,
Make a stealth check at advantage for me.
look at the ocean side for a ship arriving.
Fane has
At advantage?
used his glamour weave to become a tree trunk.
19, 27.
27.
Thanks, Liz. You saved my bacon.
Looking as you kind of peer out through the tops of these trees, using the foliage to kind of shade and hide your body as you've done in your past, to kind of the way you know to whenever you're hunting something or trying to stay hidden while also keeping an eye out. And you just peer backwards. It's a calm sea. Nothing nothing out on
The whole
waters.
horizon, no ships, no nothing.
Nothing that you could see.
Drop 2 levels, drop to the floor. I'm good. That's all I needed.
About
I needed to know if things on this island were gonna change.
about an hour goes by. I assume you guys don't move.
Except for me being a stupid idiot. No.
About an hour goes by, and
The bottle of rum comes out.
Wait, can I druid craft more leaves from the trees to extra cover us? I'm
Sure.
not kidding.
sure, you could try. It just to kind of
Jameer has
continue to.
allergies. No, I'm just kidding.
But eventually, it appears as if the drakes, which, let's see, Zamira and Akari, since you were the ones in the trees, make perception checks for me to see how many you saw.
I'm no good at these, man. I should have taken proficiency.
13.
Oh, I actually do. Let's see what my wisdom is. Perception, you say? Oh, I am proficient. I'm just dog shit at wisdom. A dirty 20.
Easy enough. Between the two of you, you were able to count out what appeared to be, in varying sizes and shapes, 12 other drakes that were encircling this island.
Man, this guy fucks.
So unnecessary.
But after about an hour, from what you can only assume to be is their hunting time of the day, the forest returns to its quiet sound as the songs of the forest begin to overtake again once more.
Point of honesty, DM, is that what I assume their hunting time is, or what I observe their hunting time probably is?
Try observe.
I want to take note of where the sun is in the sky.
Okay.
That's a good point. But they were located on the far side of the island.
They were staying close to that volcano-like mountain peak where you saw the massive drake descend from. They never veered too far from that place. If you're looking at your map, they stayed within the reaches of the shattered forest.
Okay, sorry for wasting your spell and risking us all. I thought you were
No.
saying that they were circling the island.
I meant to. I might have said
I
that,
thought
but I
so,
said the large one was circling the island, which takes him
Oh.
very little time at all. The small ones were staying on the far side of the island.
Gotcha. It's a miscommunication. Hopefully it doesn't cost... Well, Hida's got tools. She's a smart lady. Thanks for helping me out, though. Bailed me out of a shitty stealth roll.
Yeah, no, happy to do it.
One of those dragons had a horse. That's not something you generally find on an
You're
island
right.
in the middle of the ocean.
The dragon was riding a horse?
No.
It ate a horse.
Oh. That makes so much more sense, you know.
It depends. How many ships have wrecked here carrying horses, and the people here began to domesticate them.
Yes, but who said they might not be
Yeah.
domesticated? They could have gotten free and become wild, but
But
if they
it could
are
have come from a
domesticated,
civilization.
yes.
I think I follow your logic. If there are people training horses here, they must be civilized in some way.
At least intelligent.
At least intelligent.
And for whatever reason, again, as we talked about back in the cave, Zealotros hasn't seen fit to destroy them. For whatever reason.
Which is curious.
Agreed.
Unless someone's breeding them as offerings to the dragons in exchange for their own lives.
Oh.
Hence the finding a way to stay alive.
Well, we won't have any answers until we make it to one of these villages, so... If it's okay with you guys, I'd rather not be out here in the wilds much longer.
Totally agreed.
Third.
Take a big old swig and start walking.
I said Zealotros, it's Zeltree, right?
Zeltroy.
Del Troy.
Zeltroy? Oh boy.
The F on the end is
Zeltroy.
silent.
I'm writing it
Why-
phonetically, so I'll
why
stop
put it
getting it
Matt?
wrong.
Because it looks better.
If we think horses might be a bargaining chip, I may be able to help.
Do you have a horse?
There's a lot of things I've been told that I can do with this.
Kothar? Very curious. Zach? Horrified.
Yes, I'm horrified.
If we can guarantee that I won't be scooped up by one of those terrifying leather lizards.
I could totally
Um,
guarantee that. You're fine. It's fine.
Do you have a horse? I don't understand.
I don't have a horse. I've been told of legends of people with my affliction. Being able to focus on an animal that they've come to know and emulate it physically.
Are you a druid?
You physically know a horse?
I think I physically am a horse, or an eagle, or a bear.
I'll go
Uh,
up and like
I've never
lift
tried
back
it.
her dress. I see no
You s-
tail back here.
I've never tried it.
Of a certain
s-
sort.
I've
There are-
been told that people like me can do that. I've never tried. But I never tried to heal you. I never tried to shoot ice from my hands. So why not? If we think that horses could be our way into negotiating with these
He
communities,
picked that horse up with his mouth.
that's why I'm saying, please don't let me be that horse.
How about you just don't be a horse for right now?
I'm
I
just
don't think
saying,
that's a
if it
good
comes
idea.
down to it. If it comes
I-
down to it, if we think we have no other negotiating, bargaining chip with these people,
You
maybe
could
I'll
be
be able to help.
like
Would
a
be a-
Trojan horse.
It would be a
Sink your way
long
in.
time before it came down to that.
I
wouldn't-
agree.
Give you up like that for.
We like your cheese far too much to use you as bait.
Thank gods.
Like,
That's all the
yes.
validation I need.
You know, and if the dragon doesn't like the taste of you, Kothar, you could be an excellent offering. You're a full meal all by yourself.
You need him far too much.
Well, if I keep swinging my axe like I was yesterday, I think I might be best served as a dragon snack. But I mean,
No. I'm just a cook.
if it comes down to it, I can
Don't
try
sell
to.
yourself short.
I can try to, negotiate with them if we need to.
These sound like terrible ideas.
These are
I
all
mean,
horrible
listen,
ideas.
I'm just saying I can
We-
speak their language if you know what I'm saying, both literally and probably. We got a bit of gold.
Literally.
Yeah.
You said you've never met them before.
No, I've never met them, but like, you know,
I don't think any of this will be necessary. Let's just keep moving.
I agree. I feel like this is fanciful.
I'm simply offering a service if we need it.
No, Kidai, this as I imagine we're starting to walk.
Yes.
I
please,
did want to
definitely.
ask you. You said you think you can do these things, and you never thought about healing anyone or shooting ice out of your hands. Were you
No. It
were
was
you given this
almost-
ability?
um
Because I was curious, seeing you do what you do.
yes. Given being a very loose sense of the word, it was not of my choice. It was not a gift. And it came from a very negative place. But I do seem to be able to do these things. Whether or not that is tied to good or evil, I have still yet to determine, and I think that is why I'm here.
You talked about your village. Did you have a Makaya?
Not really, no.
That's where I got my. That's where I was granted my abilities.
By Makaya, spiritual person,
No,
witchcraft.
it's a place. It's hard to describe. You sense not nature, although I was granted ability over it. It's a place of pure. Well, some of the sages in my tribe called it destiny, but I have come to learn that I don't think that's it at all. It's not a place of destiny. It's not a place of expectation. It's not even necessarily a place of nature. It simply was a place of truth. When you ventured there and you were accepted, as not many were, but some were. It didn't ask for anything, and me saying it gave me things was wrong. It just simply is what the fabric of truth was. And that's how I came to do what I can do.
What you can do is incredibly impressive, seeing you leap through those trees and find your way with these. It's amazing. It is.
My apologies. When I see you do your magics, that's what I was speaking about. My ability to do that, as I motioned towards the trees, was trained by some of the vanguards of my tribe.
I understand. Well, I neither searched for it nor asked for it.
Well, I'm sorry.
It seems to be the path that I've been set on, and I'm making peace with it as we go along. But I recognize, and I hope you don't mind me saying, I saw earlier when we were handing out the treasures that we had found that you were unfamiliar with some of the items that have more strange properties.
Hmm.
That didn't make sense.
No, I'm not used to what little times I've drawn my bow looking at small game out here. I've got the sense that I can do more because of what I am wearing rather than what I am.
Right.
And that's not a thing that I'm used to. Is that a thing that happens often?
I don't know.
I
That's
bracers,
actually
the
why I wanted to bring it up. I have no knowledge of these things either until I slipped this pretty ring on, and I could suddenly tell you what they were.
I kind of
So-
sorry, this was a group conversation. Unless you want to make it private, Lissa.
No,
So I kind
I'm
of look at
fine
the-
with a group conversation.
I kind of look at the others in the group for like, yo, is this a normal thing?
Yes.
Mostly. Well, normal is putting it a bit strongly, but it's not unheard of. Magical items.
I've never encountered such things before, so it's nice to have somebody else
Yeah.
that's learning as
Thank
we go.
There are wizards and priests and priestesses that can do many wondrous things. There is no limit to it. I had a bed that would, no matter how tired you were, no matter what you had been through, you always woke up refreshed because it was magical. Things like this, they can do powerful, limitless things, dark things, good things, many different things. Anything you could imagine and things you couldn't imagine, they can do.
And I assume these come from magical beings, or
Some of them are made by people who possess magic, like yourself, Kidai. Some of them are accidents of the cosmos. The heart of a creature with great magic could just have magic all by itself without needing tempering. There are many stories all across the land of such things.
a month ago, to me, magical was a good recipe and nice
can be that.
company and a really strong glass of wine. So to have that definition shifted, I'm very glad that I'm not the only one unfamiliar with things like this.
Well, keep that definition intact. You can refer to these things as arcane or divine, but magical can still be that glass of wine or that evening with friends.
It appears
Or-
to mean a lot of things.
It could even be a bottle of rum on the road. And I'll hand her the bottle.
I will take the biggest swig.
I appreciate the perspective. In a situation where seemingly I have little. Kidai,
If we are-
I'll make you
Sorry.
this offer if I can, and only if you're interested. We get out of here, and we make things right as they can be. I think you'll like the Micaiah. I'd like to show it to you.
I would love that. That would mean the world to me. Thank you very much.
We'll see if that even is possible.
I
But
certainly hope it is.
like a magical night, hopefully that gives us hope.
If only we had a really strong bottle of wine. And I'll nudge back toward the rum.
Hand it back over.
One more swig and I'll hand it back.
kind of move over to a nearby fallen tree along our path, and as I dart up, stupid, shitty Aiden whistles, but they're good Akari whistles. Can't hold the tune. He can't hold the tune, but he can whistle better than me.
All right, one last D8 from somebody.
I got
I'll
it.
do it. Okay.
Oh, you first.
No, you're fine.
Oh, no,
Zamira.
no, please. I just took, you go first.
She rolls d8s for damage. Let's make her.
5.
5. I lost my. There it is. Stop.
Matt does. We talk so damn much. Matt doesn't even have to DM this damn thing.
I know, right?
Yeah, it's kind of nice sometimes.
Do you get bored,
His-
Matt?
No, I do
His
not.
eyes were closed. He was.
No,
fine.
I'm sure this is all intensely intriguing to him. What we're willing to
Ah.
reveal and what we're not. Yeah, I'm sure it's great.
Continue talking. I need to do something.
Ah!
I'll walk up to Kidai,
Four fears.
and I don't like it when people say that they're useless or they're not very good at things. I can show you some fighting moves if you'd be interested.
I would. That would be incredibly helpful for me. I'm other than you all, of course, my new company. I'm out here all alone, so I would love to learn.
Well, you're not alone. You're with us.
Exactly.
And I'll just like grab her hands and I'll show her how to like rotate her fist as she swings in.
Like shooting pool style at a bar.
Yeah, I'll be like behind you and you're guiding her arm.
Love it. Love it.
I love how on this island we're like all
That's
teaching
all,
ourselves.
la, la, la.
I love how on this island we're all like teaching ourselves things that like every human being ought to know, but we're just somehow not aware of it.
Yeah, every human being should definitely
Well,
know
every-
how to morph into an elk.
Sorry,
Yeah.
everybody who's in every humanoid in D&D world who's in our situation should probably know, but we arrived woefully underprepared.
Definitely,
You
definitely.
think Fane is just like a lost puppy pretending to be confident, like he knows any of this shit? He's like watching Akari very closely, like.
Kidai is trying really, really hard, like that really tough face that's like, oh, come
Yeah,
on.
I'll like help guide your shoulders and like have like the follow through with your elbow.
This makes
Yeah,
sense.
she-
This makes sense.
I should
get
probably
close
try
enough
to.
to like. There's like a little bit of like rubbing on the back.
Maybe
Now,
occasionally.
Kidai, at the mention of of you trying to put off this tough exterior, I should probably mention Akari's general facial expression almost 95% of the time is completely emotionless. Like he's not like a tough like tribal dude who's like "Urgh." He's just like literally has no emotion. He just speaks.
It's like
in
the
this-
kid from the
I do
Simpsons.
I do a very poor time of it, but he's supposed to be this very flat, monotone, like pragmatic kind of one system then the next kind of guy.
As you all continue talking, as you're making your way through this forest, you notice that the trees
Anyway,
begin to thin. And as you look, you can see there are boiling pools of some sort of sludge pocketing the landscape here.
Does it look tasty?
You can see this almost green-like sludge, these pools boiling throughout the land. It has a off-putting smell to it as you begin making your way through here. You can see the trees and the grass around have begun to decay. They've begun to rot away. As
Fane will.
you... Go ahead.
does this look like the acid that Zamira spat from her?
Does not look like acid.
Does anybody fancy a jaunt over this rather than through this?
What do you mean over?
I swoop. I sort of like take a running dive, swoop, extend the wings, grab Kidai, and say like this. I say, "I will show you the way."
I spread my arms and I'm just like feeling it.
Lord.
And then I do like a swoop and then land back down because I don't know how actual far it is across, but like
Or
that.
you know what danger's about. But
Sure.
your dragon might grab
You
you
can
or
just
something.
maroon me over there. That's cool.
As you set her down, you guys are kind of, unless you tell me you did not enter, you guys are kind of in the center of this area of these where these pools are.
We would have not entered until we had come up with a plan.
Finish fucking around with flying around.
I mean,
Yeah.
the pools are pocketing. They're not completely blocking
for
your
sure.
way.
oh,
could just
you're saying
simply
like
walk-
we wandered kind of into it?
Yeah, you could simply walk around them if you wanted to.
Gotcha.
Yes. All right.
Why not?
Yeah. Yeah.
You finish up your like super flying splendor, and everybody else is like waiting at the end, like.
Like that.
You begin making
But
your
it looks
way
fun.
around these pools,
Make it more.
and it's in this instant that
Fane is flying about 10 feet off the ground.
okay.
That's
It's in this instant, Kedai and Zamira, you notice the shadows of something, and you realize the 5 of you are surrounded. Give me 1 second to sort out the battle map.
Oh no! DM, can I get a time of day?
It is a little after, probably about 2 in the afternoon.
Okay,
Wait a minute,
okay.
DM.
I'll be right back. 1 second.
Kothar knows exactly what time it is.
Hold on. Did you
Whack
actually
Whack a
take?
clock?
Oh,
It's whack a clock.
I thought you were saying you took keen mind as a barbarian. I was like, what?
Oh, that'd be a fucking power move.
You know what time it is? Time to catch these fists.
Swag time. Yep.
Jesus.
Tree, stop falling over.
It's time to show what this resistance to all damage forms does.
By the way, Mr. Looper, I don't know what your name is, but because my brain, Kothar, are you keeping a running inventory of the chest?
Yes. No.
Okay,
Yeah, I
cool.
listed it out earlier. Yeah, I got it.
I just want to make sure that somebody was responsible.
No, every
for that.
time Matt's mentioning money and everything else, not even that Akari would know, like, I see the 3 of you writing, and I'm like, alright, I'm just not gonna bother.
Yeah, I have it all
Yeah.
written down.
The
Yeah,
worst I'll have to get is a recall of how much it is, and then when we progress to the next scene, I re-add it. It's under my other possessions, but yes, I'm assuming it weighs, I don't know, like 40, 50 pounds.
You're the keeper of the chest now.
He's the
Yeah, for now.
keeper until the shopping episode, at which point I will be strangely absent from this game.
Not
I'll
a lot.
take your share, baby.
I assumed I would hold it just because I'm assuming it weighs in-game weight.
Yeah.
And I have a carrying capacity of like 270 pounds. I have 190 free pounds on my person, so like
Ooh.
we're good for a minute.
You could have
So
me
that's- you
on
could
your
ca-
person. Yeah.
You could carry Fane like a baby.
God, what was it last session? You got knocked off the boat or something, and you'd already carried someone like a baby, and I almost did it to you.
I
think
carried
I caught-
Akari like a baby.
Yeah, I think Akari had already started dragging you towards the beach, and I was like, "Fuck!"
It'll come up as we were walking, as they were like pantomiming a fighting thing. I just came up behind you and sort of just like moved your arms a little bit, like this, and just said, not for really any reason.
I mean, that's a big reach up. But thanks.
It's more like a reach around. I kind of figured. Ooh.
Matt's just silent.
let me zoom it out a little bit because I really forgot that I had it zoomed in.
What fresh hell's going on here?
Aiden's mini looks like Meredith from The Office when you look at her face up close in that picture that Matt posted.
Oh no, it's sad, Meredith.
I don't get that reference, but now I get to assess. Go on, Matt. I get to assess. Is Matt wearing anything beyond pajamas? The answer is no.
Hey,
And as you
don't judge.
look,
Pajamas
you
are
What are you
my
notice
life.
judging?
there are wolves of all varying shades and color that have
Aw,
crept in
bastards.
from all sides.
Knew I should have taken Speak with Animals.
Do you think we got 10 minutes?
No.
I'll cast it as a ritual.
Sure, you do that. We'll kill all of them while you're busy.
Uh-oh,
rip.
we lost an animal.
Goodbye.
And with that, I need you guys to roll initiative.
Alright. Let's hope I can roll better than 1. Ha!
Yeah.
Matt, I rolled a 1 again, so 5. BRB.
Nice.
Hey, can I
Yeah.
also do a be right back? Would that be okay?
Sure. Do we need to take a quick recess?
Just like 2 minutes.
Sure, no problem.
Also, I got 5.
Alrighty, guys, give us 2 minutes. I'll put us on the brakes. Oh, wrong one. That brake screen.
Why do we need 2 minutes? Mine cut out for a second. Hello?
I think it's just a quick restitution.
Check.
Yeah, no, I totally didn't mean this to put us into a break. I just rolled a natural 1 and told Matt that I rolled a 5 on initiative and told 1 on BRB. In case he needed me to roll anything as like a saving throw. But this works. Because it seems like I wasn't the only one. So that's neat.
Are you drinking Moscow Mule, or do you just happen to drink coffee out of a cup that you use one for?
No, I'm drinking Moscow. They're a favorite of mine these days.
I recognize that cup anyway.
Very refreshing.
Not my thing.
I find that like ginger beer is pretty calming on the stomach, aside from the fact that I'm drinking brewed liquor with it. So I used to be like an old-fashioned kind of guy. But I guess I'm getting old, and that stuff doesn't sit too well anymore.
I like beer, I like margaritas, and I like whiskey and or bourbon and or scotch neat.
I mean, I like everything still, but as a regular drink, no.
Matt, you
Can't
are
do it.
dinner is God.
2 weeks.
I am what?
Yeah, apparently. No, I was telling Emma I rolled a natural 1 on initiative and just said I rolled a 5 and I'd BRB because quick bio break. But apparently I wasn't the only one. I mean, look at the freaking
Yeah.
Player.
So you said that, and then a couple other people said they needed it too, and I was like, yeah, sure.
I didn't mean to put us to map scroll, but hey, only more time to show off that beautiful map scroll.
I love that map.
It's a pretty good looking map. Not gonna lie. Big fan.
Map scroll makes it look much better.
Oh, thanks. You really know how to warm a man's heart. That actually took way longer than it should have, considering I've already done it before.
Weak.
Rude.
Okay. You know,
Hmm.
Let's kill some
Pretty
bad
good?
guys.
All right, 25 to 20.
Oh, I never rolled initiative. I should probably do that.
Guess you should.
Hold on.
Nobody in 25 to 20?
Oh, that is a natural 1 for a total of 6.
Okay,
Hey!
we'll get to that.
Join the Natural 1 squad!
All right, 15 to 20.
18.
18. Both are followed by 3 of the wolves.
Hey. Oh, sorry. Initiative
Hey.
first.
10 to
Hey, what?
15. Nobody, okay.
Guys, no!
5 to 10.
I rolled a 5.
8.
So all 6 wolves go right after Kothar.
Yikes!
So it's
An
Fane with an 8.
6 on Kidai.
I
And
also
6
have a
on
6.
Zamira.
Hmm.
Yours was a natural 1, so you'll go after Kidai.
Even though my
Mine's a
dex
5.
is higher?
Matt, could you do me a favor?
We'll let you guys decide.
No, she can go first. I don't care. I was just curious. I haven't heard that rule before. I don't mind.
If you ask
She can
me
go
to
first.
swap to the map, I swear to God.
No, it's seriously. I have a small request.
Yes.
Could you please swap to the fucking map? Thank you.
Wow.
Sorry. I'm sorry.
See what I have to deal with every day?
And bringing up the rear is our... I was gonna say wizard boy, but he's not a wizard.
You're damn right I'm bringing up the rear. Name's Akari, sir.
Can you imagine being a wizard stranded on an island?
Would have been your worst nightmare. No enduring
That would have
parchment and
actually
ink.
been fucking horrible. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Do you have 200 paper with a...
Turns out I actually am pretty useful on this island. Which
Top
I'm
of the round,
surprised by.
Kothar. You guys are surrounded by what appears to be a small pack of wolves of varying size and color.
I am directly in front, directly to my character's front, towards you. Yes, I'm going to run at that middle wolf. Bonus action rage.
Are these wolves large or medium?
Medium.
Okay.
And as I run, I will yell out in a voice that no one else has heard. I have come to do battle. And I will raise my great axe over my head and I will swing recklessly.
Yes.
Very nice. Go ahead.
Fucking do it.
19.
19 hits. Roll your damage.
Oh! That's a 10 on the dice, so 16.
16. You cleave it in half as the wolf falls to the ground.
Rip. I will look around and just kind of stare at the two wolves tauntingly.
Got it.
I have a battle erection for Kothar.
The other other
pretty
5
hot,
wolves will
not
take their
gonna lie.
turn as these two both move in on you and will make their first attack. As the first one will make his attack at advantage because you were reckless. That is a unnatural 20, a dirty 20
That'll hit.
for 8 points of. Oh, sorry. 9 points of piercing damage, cut in half to 4.
Yep.
Second one will make his attack at advantage because of pack tactics.
Well, they all have attacks.
I thought it was only the first one.
Nope, it is all
Oh.
attacks.
Okay, good to know. 19 to hit.
Still hits.
Yeah, reckless can be huge payback.
Whoo, lowest damage possible. That's a big old 4.
I'll take
Reduced
two.
it to
2 points of damage. The other two here. This one's going to run up on you, Kidai. First hit is a 13. Nope. Got it.
No.
The other two will run up on you, Zamira.
Bring it.
A natural 20.
Ooh,
That
The
hits.
first one.
they have pack tactics, by the way.
That is 13 points of piercing damage.
Okay.
Second one is a 17 to hit.
Does not hit.
Yeah, monks are a pain in the ass.
Monks who roll as well as I roll. Yes.
Two.
Yeah. Alright. That brings us to your turn, Fane.
Thane will fly over the top of our punchy monkey and land at the wolf that is attacking Kidai. And I will swing Oizmir at him with a tripping attack. Well, I guess I got to hit before I make the tripping attack, but I will swing it at him.
Okay.
That is going to be an 8.
8's not hit, unfortunately.
Definitely hits. I know it does. All right, why not? Let's just do the action surge now.
Yes.
Second attack. That's going to be an 18 to hit.
That definitely hits.
All right, I'm now going to use the tripping attack.
Okay.
Nice.
So he's going to make a DC 14 saving throw, strength.
17 on the die, and they have no modifier.
Okay. Well, I did 15 points of damage.
Easy
With
enough. 15's how much health they got. You using your whip or your short sword?
I bring my whip in and sort of snap it around its neck and yank it back away from Kidai, snapping its neck in the process.
Got it. Easy enough. Alright, that brings us to your turn, Kidai.
What can you point me out, please?
Yep. Right here. Just
Next
on
to
the
the
other side of Fane.
tiefling.
And the nearest wolf, please.
2 here, right behind Zamira. 2 here, right here on Kothar.
Neato. I'm gonna go ahead and bonus action bear.
I have this prepared.
Uh,
Oh fuck yes.
Ooh, that's good.
Oh yes, we like to see
Sorry, my bear is at 8 HP because we did a dumb. And it's just the closest one. Doesn't matter to me.
Okay, so you kind of barrel your way through Bane and Zamira and come up
Barrel.
on these two wolves.
I am going to go ahead and that's Fane right there, right?
Yes.
And who's next to me? Is
Zamira.
that? Can I actually kind of skirt around to where I'm flanking?
Yeah.
Pretty please. And I'm gonna go ahead and take my 2 attacks. First one's bite.
cheating. You're
Not
cheating. Get 2
cheating.
attacks on the
I'm
first.
not cheating. Fate told me fuck you. That's an 8 to hit.
An 8 to hit does not hit. I'm sorry.
And claws. That's a 10 to hit.
A 10
So I'm just a bear.
does
That's
not
fine.
hit, unfortunately.
Well, I'm just a bear and I growl really loud. And that's it.
Got it. Alright, that brings us to your turn, Zamira.
Look how they massacred my bear.
Okay. I want to turn around and the
You roll with advantage because you were flanking, right?
Yes.
Okay.
which one of these 2 looks more hurt?
Then neither of them have been touched.
Okay. All right, the darker one, I'm gonna swing at it with my quarterstaff
Okay.
right to the side of its head. Do I get advantage since we're still flanking it?
Yep.
Not that I particularly need it.
Bear puns, guys. Come
Is
on.
it 25 to hit?
25
Oh, you have
hits,
no
yeah.
idea. I have so many prepared.
I made
Okay, so
one, and
That's 9 damage with that swing. We are gonna spend a key point here.
Jeez.
And I'm gonna do one of my Fury blows with an unarmed attack, or an unarmed strike.
okay.
See if I can get the natural 20. Nope. That is a 25 to hit on that one
Yeah, that hits.
with 7 points of damage, and then I'm going to replace one of my Fury of Blows unarmed strikes with my Dragon Breath, and I'm going to do the.
Can you do that?
I can. If you take the attack action, you may replace one of your attacks with Breath Weapon.
But I don't really know if that's considered the attack action with your flurry of blows.
Oh, I
That's
think
its.
we talked about this during our battle royal, didn't we?
Did we?
It's
It would
so
have to
flurry
be
of
one of
blows
the
says
main
immediately.
attacks.
So a flurry of blows reads immediately after you take the attack action. So that's not part of your attack action.
Okay, so the Breath of the Dragon would have to be replaced once I got more than one attack for a regular attack
Yes.
Yes.
action. Okay. Okay, never mind. Then we'll just
Or
do
like
another
what?
unarmed strike.
5th or 6th, is it monk? I think 6th.
Yeah.
is
So
monk.
you can make 2 additional unarmed
Yes?
strikes as a bonus action, but it's not part of your attack action.
Yeah, okay, that one is a 21 to hit. I still can't get the natural 20. So then we have another 6 points of damage.
That one will fall to the ground limp. Alright. That brings us to your turn at the end of the round, Akari.
Yeah, so Akare, as soon as he sees these couple wolves stacked around him, he's knocking an arrow. He's about to draw for the one that Kothar runs towards, and then he sees it cut in half, and he whirls around based on the whipping sound of one approaching Kedai, who then gets taken up by Fane, and then he whips around again to Zamira, and sees that Zamira just beat one in half, and he whips around again to the 2 that are attacking Kothar, and he's going to go ahead and take a shot across the acid pool at the one on the right side of Kothar. It's the darker one for you. 13 plus. Oh shit! What do I add now with those bracers?
It's just plus
Nothing
2 to your
special. It's
damage.
still plus 8, so 21.
That hits.
13 plus 8, 21. And I do 1d8 plus 6 now because of that. And I rolled a 6, so 12 points of longbow damage.
12. That one's barely holding on.
It's okay. And I'm going to back up and to my right as much as I
Sorry?
can. Not the whole way. Yeah, just right where you're pointing. Actually, a good 15 or something. Yep, that's where I'm at.
25, but who's counting?
Quick gauge. I want to glance to my left and see how. Oh, never mind. Kita is a bear. Duh. That's my turn.
All right. Top of the round, Kothar.
Yes! I would like to swing my great axe at the one that is unharmed, the most reckless a 7'8" lizard man can get.
Okay.
To the voice.
So sad, Matt.
Oh, I'm not sad.
To the
Oh.
voice.
I'm excited.
16?
16, yeah. Go for it. Cleave him in half.
It's time.
Oh, that was flew out of my hand. I'm so sorry. That's 12 plus 6 for an 18 on the first
Oh.
hit.
An 18. You cleave him in half yet again. Is there anything you'd like to do or anywhere you'd like to move?
Yes. I would like to, as that happens, the one that looks hurt, as he gets hit with the arrow, I want to grab him with my right hand and take a big fucking chunk out of his neck, and I will do Hungry Jaws.
Nice.
God.
Can I also do that recklessly? no?
Isn't it attack?
It's an attack. It's a melee attack. It's not a melee weapon attack. Whatever you say, we can stick with. It's whatever you want.
I'm gonna say no, and we'll look it up after the session.
Okay. 16.
16 hits. Take your chunk out of him.
9.
9 points. That one.
And I'll
As
take
the
those
blood is
full-
dripping out of your jaws.
I'll kind of like slowly turn around to the rest of the group as I'm chewing wolf.
Chewing wolf. Yep.
It does say doing so gives you advantage on melee weapon attack rolls.
No, it does. I mean,
Yeah.
it's the same thing with javelins, but we talked about that one.
Yeah, no, you and I did, yeah, but that's up to
No, me and Matt talked about that one too.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we'll reconvene about it after the session.
Yeah, no worries.
All right. So now's where the
That's-
fun begins.
Oh,
The first wolf, as it goes to attack, or the last wolf, I should say, as it goes to attack Zamira once again, it lunges towards her. But at that instant, you watch as this massive hand made of goo rises out from the pits and slams down, dragging the wolf back into the pits. You can hear the yelps and cries as it calls out for help, and he just watches it disappears below the goo. You watch as these goo-like massive hands grab on either sides of the ground, and a massive monster begins to pour its way out from the pools.
It's a Googleiath.
This.
And it is going to go ahead and take its 2 attacks against you, Fane, being right there.
Fucking bring it.
First one's a 24 to hit.
It doesn't hit. It hits.
I thought so. That is 10 points of bludgeoning damage.
Okay.
The second one, it's going to take and swing wide and go for the bear. Another 24 to hit. And that is 12 points of bludgeoning damage. And that is the end of his turn. Fane, what are you doing?
You still a bear?
Okay.
Yeah, I've only taken the 12. Haven't I?
So
Yes.
I didn't know
Okay.
you're that tough.
I'm a big bear.
I
bear.
will risk, and I will take a step backwards so that I am 10 feet away.
Well, you're already
With-
10 foot away. Well,
Oh, so he has
There,
reach on me.
there.
Okay. So I will. Yeah, I want to be just 10 feet away. Does he take an opportunity attack?
Does not.
Okay. So I will swing with the whip. Because that's what fighters do. They hit for 19.
19 hits.
All right. I will, just for shits and giggles, make it a tripping attack. He needs to make a DC 14 strength check.
Ooh, that's a 10.
So he is prone.
Would be
can
if he wasn't immune to being prone.
Okay, so he's immune to being prone. That's fair. But he does take 14 points of slashing damage.
14 points of slashing damage. Got it.
Mm-hmm. And then just... No, I'll hold off on that. I will use bonus action Second Wind to heal up a little bit. And that is the end of my turn.
Got it. That brings us to your turn, Kidai.
And I'm back to full.
I am still in reach, correct?
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna go ahead and bear. That's all I can do right now. So my bite. Am I still flanking? I'm sorry. I should have asked.
With Fane moving out of range, you are not flanking anymore.
Okay, let me reroll then. Sorry. Oh my god. No, absolutely not. That's a 13.
13's his armor class.
No shit.
It's a massive goo monster. It's not hard to hit.
Well, okay. Sorry, I had to genuinely look at the damage because I didn't expect that to hit. Okay.
Oh,
That's a 12 on the bite.
12 points of damage. Got it.
And then for the claws, it's better. 19.
19. Oh, 19 to hit. Yes, that hits. I was like, God damn, that fucking hurt.
That's just 7.
7 points of damage. Got it. All right.
And that's pretty much it.
As you're tearing...
Actually, how's everybody looking, just for a point of reference?
I believe everybody's looking fairly healthy.
Okay, cool.
You guys watch as this bear begins to tear into this goo monster, and as she claw throws the goo away, you watch as it hits the ground, and the grass and neighboring wildlife begins to slowly erode, almost fizzing. You can see the steam rising from the ground as it begins to erode the ground away. Brings us to your turn, Zamira.
Oh, I was muted a second ago. I said I was at like 55% health. But if I move back within range, will I get the flanking bonus?
You have to move over here on the other side of him, but yeah, you could.
That's fine. I'll go there. I'm not so sure about swinging my staff at this goo monster. He might get it sticky, but we're gonna try.
Not gonna make any comments.
Stop that.
It's a 26 to hit.
Mm-hmm.
That is 6 points of damage, and then we are gonna spend another key point and get to swinging with these fists. You wanna be fruit punch, goo monster?
Oh.
Okay, that is 19 for the first one.
Yep.
And a 14 for the second.
Yep.
$13 points total damage.
Got it. Alright, Akari, bringing up the rear.
Yeah, Akari walks past Zamira, and as he does, he plants his hand on her shoulder blade and casts Cure Wounds.
Okay.
For 9 points of healing to Zamira. And as he does, he will, out of his right hand, drop the longbow, turn to Fane, and say, I see your plan behind me, and he will reach up behind, and where you've seen his short sword stashed before, he will draw it, give a flare, and move into melee range with his character between him and Fane. But that is my action, and I don't have a bonus action. So, we're cool.
Got it. Top of the round, Kothar.
You got my 9, right, Zamir? Okay.
I will walk. How far am I from him? Give or take?
5, 10, 15, 25, exactly 30.
Exactly 30. You know what? Let's test it. As I walk, I'll just kind of slowly start spinning the Leviathan's reach and I want to see if I can throw it bit of goo through him and then call it back to me.
Okay.
And I will do so.
So you want to purposely miss on the first throw to
No, I
recall
want to
it.
see if I can. Since he's made of goo, I want to see if I can throw. I just want to throw it as hard as possible. I'm going to throw it recklessly, and I'm going to see if I can get it to literally pass through his whole body.
Sure.
I
Make
recall
a strength check for me.
a strength check.
Yeah.
Okay,
With
not
advantage.
At advantage because you're raging. Yeah.
Well, yeah, I knew that one. Strength check 14.
14. I'd say you throw it and it just bursts out his back.
I'll take it. Do you want me to make an attack roll now?
Well, I'm just gonna give it to you with that.
Okay. So I will roll damage on the hand axe, which is 10, and then he needs a dex save or he takes some cold.
Ooh, he is not dexterous. That's a 9.
He takes 7 points of cold damage. So I return the hand axe to me as I walk up and I start getting ready to holster it and pull out my great axe again.
Easy enough.
That's my turn.
So you guys watch as he pulls out his new axe, and as he throws it, you guys get a short glimpse of the runes on the side as they begin to glow a bright blue. As the axe pierces through the goo monster, you can watch as the goo around it begins to slowly crystallize and freeze. And then as he brings it back, shattering the ice, as the axe liquefies into water, and these shards of ice begin flying through the air, reforming into the axe in his hand.
Damn.
Sexy.
What the fuck?
All right, that brings us to Sludge Monster's turn. I assumed you took your full 30 up to him after throwing it.
Oh, I'm on top of this man.
Got it. Hit at you, Akari. 16.
16, sorry, is the AC.
That's 6 points of bludgeoning damage.
Hit me harder, Dad.
Second roll against you, Akari, is a 25.
Let's get it. I want to see some numbers.
14 points of bludgeoning damage.
That's why I came up with the short sword. It ain't me who's got this.
Alright. That brings us to your turn, Fane. You're muted.
Needed faint.
Every fucking time.
The laundry, dude.
Laundry's actually done.
Oh.
But I will sort of look at Akari and say, "What plan?" But I'm not waiting, and I will swing in with the whip again. Take a snappy crackle poppy to like the neck and face, what I suppose area is.
Sure.
Happy crackle poppy.
That's gonna be a 19 to hit.
Yeah, roll your damage.
Okay. And I will, even though I know he's immune, I want to pump some damage up, and I will make a tripping attack.
14 on the die.
He fails. And that's going to be 13 damage.
13 points of damage.
And then I will see if I can do this. I will bonus action grapple.
Yeah.
So he needs to make well, you know how grapple works.
Yeah.
I need to tell you.
Ooh, 12.
14.
Ooh.
Got him.
So he is grappled.
Get the
which
feeling
is
that you have him grappled.
that I don't have him grappled.
You get the feeling that you do have him grappled.
Okay. So now I have the world's most useless grapple, but nonetheless. Actually, you know what? No, I won't do it. I'll just leave him there. Should I take off with him?
He is right next to Kothar. I mean, the man is gonna kill this thing.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
I'll leave him in place.
If anyone does
Alright.
him, he will.
Edai, that brings us to your turn.
Same thing, I guess.
Bear.
I'm still barren. Am I flanking, or can I move to a place where I
You
am?
are flanking.
Fuck. 23.
Yeah, that hits.
That's an 8. Plus 4, 12.
12 points damage.
And
Jesus.
then my claws. Better. 22.
Yeah.
$11.
Man.
How's everybody looking?
I mean, Akari took some good hits, but he walked up here looking like a hoss, and he's still up there. He's looking pretty bad.
Pretty bad?
No, he's not looking horrible. I think Zamira's looking good now. I don't know.
Mm-hmm. I'm fine.
Yeah.
Zamira, that
I think
brings us to
Akari
your
took the
turn.
hits. But
How
Oh, sorry.
bad?
like 13
Concerning?
out of 33.
Concerning?
I'm fine. I'm fine.
Uh,
I'm fine. Save it till after. It's fine.
Character death. Character death.
Yeah, kill me first,
absolutely
Matt.
not.
I'm
Absolutely
gonna swing
not.
with my staff for an 18 to hit.
Hold on. Make sure. Are you done? Sorry, Kidai.
Oh,
Yeah.
Say,
Go
did
ahead.
you want to do anything else? I apologize.
Nah, I'm gonna stay right.
Okay, now goes Zamira. Go ahead.
yeah. I'm gonna swing with my staff. It's an 18 to hit.
Yeah, that hits.
That is 10 points of damage.
Man, guys are chunking him.
And I'm going to spend my last key point, and I'm gonna do some roundhouses on his ass.
Okay.
Get him. Roundhouses? Yes. Fop. I've seen the
That's
character art of
his
Zamira.
17 to hit for the first one.
Yep.
That's hot.
Come on, give me a natural 20, you bitch.
Fane has another
And a
battle
25
erection.
for the second one.
Yeah. Roll your damages.
Yeah, that fan art is fucking hot. God damn, she looks like she can kick some ass.
Could those thighs crush a
14.
14 total.
Yes.
Got it.
She'll
Alright.
never show them, but Emma has abs like that in real life.
Damn.
Akari.
Queen. Alright, I'm flanking with Mrs. Bear.
Mrs.
Yeah?
Bear.
And I have the sword out, and you know what? I realized I made a number of mistakes, but it's okay. Attack with advantage with the short sword,
Mm-hmm.
right? Yeah, a 19 plus things I imagine is gonna hit.
Yeah.
19 plus 6, 25. The short sword is my B. 1d6 plus 4 is my d6s. A 6. So 10.
Ooh.
But I have the feature and trait. It's below its hit point max, so with d8 as well. That's what I say, 10. Plus 8. 18.
Man.
I rolled the max damage, and I'm proud of it.
Pretty hot.
It almost never happens. That's my only attack, though.
Got it. Top of the round, Kothar.
Fucking hell. Kill this thing.
the biggest whack. Just
The
an
biggest whack.
astronomical Kothar 7'8", 480 pound from Detroit, Michigan whack.
You do have to. You do have to go reckless because you're not flanking. So.
Well, I'm not flanking, so 24.
Yeah, roll your damage.
Jeez.
18.
18. How would you like to do this?
Yes, baby.
I
There
would
it is.
enjoy splitting it down the middle and then just trying to carve. I want to get about halfway through it before I carve off a chunk to the side, and I want to watch it fall back into the pool from whence it came.
Fuck yeah.
It's my boy from South Detroit.
So,
South Detroit.
before you wanted to go back into the pool, I will give you your description here. You carve down the center of this goo-like monster, and as you do, your blade hits against something metal. You hear a cling, And as you begin to carve to the side, are you continuing to send it flying?
Oh, hold on.
The answer is
Wait.
yes. Choose violence.
Kothar pauses. Can I now hear me out? My axe is a little hooked. You know, there's a little curve at the bottom of it. Can I hook it around the metal and try to pull as I carve?
Make an athletics check.
An athletics check, you say? Oh,
He's
You're still raging.
so he's technically grappled, so he couldn't be pushed into the pool anyway.
oh, fair.
Mm-hmm.
18.
So Fane will just take his movement and just come back with him if all else fails.
18? Yeah, you're able to hook it.
I'll pull, and as he starts getting closer to me, as I pull, I'll put my big fucking dinosaur foot on his chest and just.
Oh,
As you rip it out, you can see there is a small
like kidney stone, but metal.
oval-shaped piece of metal covered in goo as the rest of the monster just begins to slip and fall into the pools and dissolve as the goo goes splattering across the ground.
What did I say? It's like a kidney stone, but with metal.
Pick it up.
As you pick it up and start to clean the goo off of the stone, you can see there are arcane runes carved into this small metal stone.
It's a motherfucking dinosaur egg.
Roughly this big, you know, size of a softball, but oval shaped.
Hey, Kidai, can you look at the goose stone again with your little ring, please?
I will do so.
Okay. You take 10 minutes and try to identify this stone. Nothing comes back to you.
It's a rock.
It definitely is magical in nature, but
It's a pretty rock.
it seems like it can't be identified.
It's one of those older than modern magic kind of things.
Not necessarily. More like it's protected.
Does it
What
feel
color is it?
It's metal. Like normal metal.
If I stick it to anything else metal, does it stick?
Hold on, Matt. I've got an ultimate question that will resolve all of our mental problems. Is it metallic?
Yes.
Oh,
does it feel like if I spent an hour with it, I'd get a vague idea of what it does?
If I stick it to somebody's armor, does it stick?
No and no.
Does it seem like it's a shell? Like, is there something inside of it? Or is it solid feeling?
Seems like whatever magic was a part of it has since dissipated as you destroyed the monster.
So it is a pretty rock.
are we sure it's not just a rock that's been metal plated? Sorry. Yeah, now you have lead poisoning. Congrats.
Well, unless we have something expressly to do with this rock, I think we should get out of here.
I would agree. DM, I would like to mention that was a real question. I would like to lick it in character. Like that was.
Oh, it tastes metallic.
Okay.
That's geology, baby.
So we've established it's made of metal.
Can we walk and talk so we can get out of the goo pits?
No, we're definitely getting out of here, yeah.
Get out of the goo fields.
As you guys come to the end of your day of travel, making your way probably about halfway towards Trasana. That is where we'll end tonight's session.
Halfway? Halfway?
With the amount of time you spent hiding and tracking, yeah.
That's because we RP'd for 2 hours straight.
Yeah,
Penalized us.
that's fair, that's fair. Hey, man.
Just for your guys' general reference, in case you didn't see
Tiger
it in
stripes.
Discord, and for everybody in chat, the island is roughly 115 feet long at its longest point.
You keep goofing these up, Matt. I think you mean miles.
God damn it, yes, Miles. Fuck me. It's late, okay?
It's to scale with the dragon.
God damn it.
Yep. It's got to fit
It's-
with the 14-foot wingspan
It's
dragon.
a 1,400-foot wingspan. God damn it. It's late,
Ah.
okay?
It's like
Thanks for joining us tonight, guys. Another amazing session here. Man, some backstory drops in session 2. Ooh.
Yeah.
oh, we're alone on an island. What else are we gonna do?
Yeah, I mean, this is the most
Spend
forward
money.
I'm ever going to be with back. We can't do that.
I mean, it's either backstory drops or orgy, so take your pick. 'Cause that's what you do on
Or
episode
both.
9.
Door number 2. Door number 2. Door number 2.
On that note, guys, we're going to go ahead and end tonight. You guys have a great night. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you next week.
See you
Thanks,
guys.
guys.
Bye.
Take care.